on the drive down. I knew I'd need them.
I love it. Like,
just hear Ashley just filling up her wine glass.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, everybody. This is the Tech Bar, and I'm already off. I'm already not paying attention. I'm not supposed to have the guest on, so Megan, bye. So this is what happens when it's been too long for between the Tech Bars, and I completely forget what the hell I'm doing. But I'm Powerhouse Ray, as always, and I'm joined by super cousin Danny. How you doing, dude?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of MSP Dispatch.
Dude, seriously,
I'm doing good.
okay. So let's talk about that for a second, because you've been doing Dispatch as my producer for a hot minute now, for a couple months. How are you feeling about that? Are you taking?
I love it. It's fun. It's good.
Are you taking Phil's job?
No, nobody could take Phil's job.
No,
maybe Chill Neil's
job.
Maybe Chill Neil.
Maybe Chill. That's so fucked up. So we're here. Sorry, I'm trying to get everything like organized, because God forbid I be ready for my own show. So we're here. We're back. It's been what? Our last Tech Bar was the event we did at IT Nation, right? Like the Bullets and Bash, Bullets and Ballads and Bash. Yeah. It's been a hot minute, dude. What have you been up to?
Good. Had Thanksgiving here at what Keith would say, the Laura Mansion, and so our nephew, my nephew, Ray's cousins, they came to the house and they got me a little housewarming gift. They did a Lego. I forget what these are called. The little plants that they give you. So they just did it by like Legos and whatever they got.
Okay. Yeah, that's cute.
Pretty cool. I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
Brittany's gonna scream at me. Brittany, if you're watching, can you write down what they're called? It says the little plants.
It's a plant. You can't just call it a plant.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Thank you, Alden, for giving me a little bit of grace while I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah. So does anybody know what the name of the? No, not cactus. I mean, that makes sense. Oh, they gave it away.
Can you hold it up to the camera so like the audience can see it, as opposed to like?
Let me do that again without making it fall.
Let me see if I can make you big. There you go.
Yeah, they're like Legos. Man, what's the name? Thank you. Succulents. There you go.
But you understand a cactus is a succulent, right?
Well, I know, but I'm not gonna tell them that. It's a bunch of little. It's cool.
So Dylan was the first one to catch that. Good Lord, my restream's being stupid. Dylan was the first one to catch that, and then Matt Fox, of course, because it's Matt Fox. If it's something to do with shrimp or plants or anything else, it's pretty awesome. So we got Dr. Mad Studio saying, not much happened in my corner of the world. Start slowing down for winter anyway, for obvious reasons. Megan has that. So I think this is probably the best segue to introduce our guest.
Yes.
You may have seen her speaking on ethical marketing for MSPs yesterday at Rejection Con. You may know her from the MSP community. She was at MSP Geek Con as well. Please help me in welcoming the wonderful Megan Killion. How you doing, Megan?
I'm good. It feels like it's still Tuesday, but we're almost the end of the week, so I'm pumped.
This is my last work day for 3 weeks, so
I'm jealous.
we are definitely doing Tech Bar right tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done with conventions too, bro. I'm with you 100%. Okay, one is a cactus, the other is a cactus. Megan, back me up. A cactus is a succulent, correct?
I think so. But I'm a ask Dr. Google.
There you go.
We're
Yeah,
not
a
all
succulent is anything
sitting
that.
at computers.
That's true. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm at a bar. I
All
mean,
cacti are succulents, but not all succulents are cacti.
yes, yeah. Succulents are anything that can live off very little water, hold their own reserves.
Water storing plants.
Yeah, they're the kangaroos of plants, so they're marsupials of plants, basically. So that's pretty cool. So Megan, I'm going to give you 30 seconds. We've learned over the last 3 years of Tech Bar, or 2.5 years of Tech Bar, that we used to do this thing where the guests could introduce themselves, talk about their business, and blah blah blah. We would do this later after we had been drinking, and that didn't always work out well.
Like, I do revenue stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what ended up happening. We have more than a few videos for anybody that wants to go back through the Tech Bar catalog and see. There's definitely a few. I work for. I'm not going to call anybody's names out, but there's definitely more than a few of those. So I'm going to put you full screen. Danny and I are going to get the hell out of the way, and you can tell the people all the wonderful things that is MKC Agency.
Yeah, so I'm Megan Killion. I'm the chief consultant at MKC Agency. My sort of like touting tagline has been that I have done $500 million in B2B tech revenue, but I just hit the $550 million mark this year. My agency offers revenue consultation, lead generation, and content marketing, and everything we do is focused on sales enablement, getting you more leads, getting you in front of more customers, and we only do B2B tech, heavily focused on the MSP community and their partners. So like telcos, B2B telcos, cybersecurity, and then like edge computing companies, CDNs. And that's pretty much me in a nutshell. We'll talk about the personal stuff later when I'm drunk.
There you go. That seems right. That seems accurate. So speaking of, we do have some drinks, and we want to get through that. Yeah, I love how they're calling out the Google boxes. I tell that to my 10-year-old all the time. He'll ask me a question. I'm like, dude, you're holding a Google box. Like, look it up. So yeah. So here we got. What do we got here? Megan, can you tell us what you're drinking today?
I am drinking Moscato. It is not that bottle. Oh, let's see. This is just like the nicest Moscato you can get at your local pharmacy. It is Cloudbreak Moscato from California, minted in 2022. So really like a nice vintage.
Very nice.
I don't drink a ton, so this has been sitting in the back of my fridge since it was gifted to me. But it is 10% alcohol by volume, so that's nice.
Okay,
Whoa,
so that gets you off to
okay.
a whatchamacallit. That gets you off to a nice start. And then Mr. Daniel Laura, what are you, Super Cousin Danny, what are you drinking, dude?
I am drinking what I drank last time because it is delicious. It is an 1800.
Oops,
That's not it.
that's not yours.
I know. It's
Again.
hard. Hey, listen. Now I can feel for you now.
Now you get it, right? Now
Now
you
I
understand how complicated this shit is, especially when you're doing it live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cucumber and jalapeno.
yes, and it's good, like good sipping drink. It's not strong. It's not strong in alcohol, in jalapeno, maybe in cucumber. It does taste a little cucumbery, but it's not spicy or anything. But it's pretty good. I like it.
Okay, I'm very offended that Alex is assuming that I've been muted at any point. I have not
That
been
was
muted.
not the problem at all.
Right. All the other technical issues were the problem, but I have not been muted this episode yet. So I'm just going to say that.
Listen, Alex, you showed up a whole hour, a whole minute before we were supposed to be on air. So
I was going to say, have we been on an hour? Fuck me. Like, I haven't even started drinking yet. Don't do that to me, because I have this, and then the tech degenerates are doing their call after this. So, and welcome to any degenerates that are on here. Oh yeah. We've done after. We're going off the rails already. Jesus Christ! All right, so we've done after parties for some of our.
We haven't introduced them yet.
We're gonna get there, dude. Relax. I don't know what I'm doing. No. So we're gonna, no. Seriously. so we used to do after parties after Tech Bar, and we'd invite a bunch of people into Restream, and we get like 8 or 9 people come in every once in a while. The longest one, Kelvin started. There wasn't sun out when he started. It was night out when he started. When Kelvin finished, it was like 6 a.m. his time. We went all the way through the night. It was fun. Yes, I have a potty mouth. What you call it? What's up, Baga? Nice to see you, dude. All right, so I am actually drinking something I'm very happy to talk about, which is here somewhere. Here it is. I am drinking Sazerac Rye, which was cool because 2 weeks ago or a week ago, honestly, time all blends together at this point. So about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was, I was in New Orleans for the CompTIA year-end planning meeting. And New Orleans is the home of Sazerac. So I went in there, and this is actually from the wood of one of their barrels. And I got to actually go into their distillery and meet with their distillers, and I took some cocktail classes. And this bottle is not from there. This bottle is actually from this is a store pick from a subscription I have in Los Angeles that sent it over. It just was good timing. So I'm doing Sazerac today. So yeah.
I'm jealous you got to go to New Orleans. It's on my bucket list.
It's fun. I love New Orleans. We stayed right on Bourbon Street. It smelled to all hell, but oh my God, we had so much fun. Some of the Bourbon Street. So we're at Bourbon Street, and we went out at night with some people you'd recognize: Matt Topper, Jason Slagle, the usual crew, right?
The usual suspects, got it.
The usual suspects, yeah. And Tara Rummer took us around, and then whatchamacallit, and Roddy came on and hung out with us, and we just went around Bourbon Street doing ridiculous stuff. So yeah, Sazerac is really good stuff. And I got some history to share about Sazerac afterward, actually. So what are we supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be doing Tech Bar rules. Yep. Do I have Tech Bar rules?
There are rules? Ray, I was not told about any rules.
So what happened was we do have rules. So we have Tech Bar rules, and our lovely graphic designers do their best to make this as tiny as possible so humans can't read it.
Who are the bartenders? Important question.
Okay, so we will answer this after you, because I've seen you do public speaking at this point. I know you're good at it. So you're going to read the rules for us, and then I will explain who the bartenders are afterward.
Okay. Rule number 1. The bartenders are always right. Rule number 2, no politics or religion at the bar. Rule number 3, if you hear these phrases you drink, namaste, mute, or off the rails. Apparently, I should have already been doing some drinking. Sports are on 24/7. I'm sorry, not in my house. Number 5, what happens at the bar stays at the bar. We are live, guys. And number 6, if the bartender is wrong, see rule 1. I have a feeling these rules are going to get broken immediately.
Oh, so many times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. So the rules do get broken, and that's okay. So your question originally was, who are the bartenders? The bartenders are Danny and me always, and the guests are always guest bartenders. No, yeah. Also, yes. But you also are a guest bartender. So we're gonna start this off right because we're fancy as fuck, and that's how we do. And so you can't start off drinking without an actual toast. So I haven't done a toast in a while. So I'm going to raise my Cyber Drain mug because I'm fancy as fuck. I'll put the pinky up. To new friends, old memories, and the adventures yet to come. Cheers, my friends.
Cheers.
All right. So now that we got the housekeeping stuff out of the way, Megan, I have probably the most important question I'm going to ask you all night long.
All right, I'm tuned in.
Are you ready for this?
I'm so ready.
Okay.
Probably not.
All right. We need a fourth word. We always pick a fourth drinking word. The guest picks one. So I know you're a very creative individual. I think neurospicy was the word you used, or the word that came up during your session a couple times. So I'm going to leave it to you. You get to pick the fourth drinking word.
How drunk do we want to get?
So I'll give you a range. From completely abstinent of all alcohol to Danny and I, we had our company retreat in Nashville, and we went on a tour bus that was a drinking tour bus. And one of the games they played Thunderstruck, and every time they said thunder, you took a shot. We're not trying to do that. So somewhere in the middle, somewhere, it's a wide spectrum. Pick something. It doesn't matter.
Let's go with Lost.
Great TV show.
I knew he was
An
going to go there.
incredible
All right.
TV show. Thank you, super cousin.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. All right. So loss is our word. I'll take a drink to that.
Smoke
The
monster.
Sazerac is so damn good. So, and Steven's judging us because he's taking communications classes. Okay. So let me, this grinds my gears. Okay. So I don't remember who brought it up, but somewhere in one of our company meetings this past week, I think it was in the You Are Awesome chat. We have an open channel for just talking shit, like an employee lounge kind of thing. Yeah, there's Alex. We got to redo Thundershots. I think my liver's still recovering. So whatchamacallit? So we're there, and it was brought to my attention that I happen to say whatchamacallit every fairly often. I know I say it. I don't think I say it that often, but so I've been not saying it on purpose since, but as something that's never been brought up in my life, it's been brought up like 19 times in the last 2 days. So that's where that comment comes from. Let's see. Ray never invites me to company retreats. I'm the only OIT VoIP employee with perfect chat attendance. That is true. That is absolutely true. So candy bars fire. So I do not say it all the time, damn it. All right, Nikki. Anyway.
I mean, I would say, as someone that knows Ray for a very long time, I would say he uses it a lot in place of like but. So you hear somebody say but.
Yes. It's It's absolutely my
exactly. So
yes.
that makes you unique. So
That's
that's
what you call it. Is better than
So Nikki, Megan has a question for you.
Or is it just a play on Daft Punk? Important question.
No, she actually, yeah. There you go. Hard of hearing.
Do you sign?
No, she actually. Nikki, can I share the picture you put in Throwback Thursday with your favorite band? Because that's a hell of a story, and I'd love to share that if it's cool with you. Just let me know. Totally not putting her on the spot or anything. But
we use this open forum to embarrass your employees, right?
I know. Is that horrible?
How's she gonna say no now?
I know, right? Okay, so Nikki is an amazing human being. Got a chance to meet her at Vegas at ChannelCon. Fell in love with her. Obviously, took her immediately. She came to work with us. But we did karaoke in Vegas because that's what you do. And so we went during karaoke, she starts playing Fall Out Boy. And she apparently is a super fan of Fall Out Boy. And now, let's be honest, who wouldn't be, right? So we were sharing pictures. One of the things that Danny's wife does, the wonderful Brittany, she'll post little stuff every day to talk about. And on Thursday, she posts Throwback Thursday. So I'm trying to find the freaking picture. So in Throwback Thursday, Nikki put a picture where she was with the full band of Fall Out Boy. Trying to find the damn picture. We put a lot of pictures. And so she said, I found it. So she said that she was recognized, that they actually recognized her. And let me see here if I can share it properly. They recognized her because she was signing lyrics at one of their shows, and she was in the front. And so when she went to another show and actually took the picture I'm going to share, she whatchamacallit? She I got it.
Whatchamacallit?
There it is.
Yes, I know. I heard it the minute I said it, and I felt so bad about it. I'm like,
I've been signing since I was like, I don't know, 2 or so. And I used to sign in the choir. So I used to literally sing, like, sign songs.
So how do you do that as far as when it comes to like singing? Is there any difference in the cadence? Like, do you try to do like
I think dance, you show the like rhythm with movement, and then you sign like as closely as you can to the actual lyrics. But like sign language is a visual language. So it's not like exactly the same.
Got it.
I
That was
just,
very
I can only
Nice.
imagine like I'm going down, and like it's just, I don't know. I think
Fall
it's
Out Boy,
freaking
that's
awesome.
great. Fall Out Boy love. I love it. That's
Yeah,
rad.
That's super cool.
yeah, she's cool people. She has very good song choice taste. The video songs you watch them in order, they make a movie. I did not know that.
What?
That is pretty fucking cool. That's
Is it
I
the Da
wouldn't
Vinci
say Fall
Code?
Out Boy is like my favorite band, but I'm a big emo kid, so like they're on the radar.
Oh yeah, same. Like I may be wearing a chain right now. You know, I got my black eyeliner. You just can't see it right now. No.
The only reason I don't wear black eyeliner is because I don't have time for makeup at all.
Well,
Like,
same.
I
That's
left
I
that
think that's
behind.
all our excuse. Yeah, Danny is the only one that puts on a full face of makeup every day. See, you know.
Oh yeah, I got to
But-
do it.
I
If
had
you
a
see my
boss
wife,
once who
yeah,
told
you know
me-
I have to do that.
I had a boss once who was an MSP who told me that in order to be in sales, outside sales, I had to wear a full face of makeup every day and heels.
What?
I lasted like maybe 3 to 6 months.
Wow,
that
that's
job.
Yeah.
But like, I don't necessarily think he's wrong. Like, he's a great guy. They have very distinct culture, and that's fine. But it was not a culture fit for me.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I get that. I mean, we're in the tech space, right? And the thing of booth babes was a thing. Thank God it's not as common anymore. But yeah, it was a thing.
Listen,
and so like,
if you're a woman, people are they're gonna treat you a certain way regardless. You may as well capitalize on it, sweetie.
oh no, the industry is disgusting for women. There's no question about that. And I don't get me wrong. If I was a woman, I'd be the sluttiest fucking woman out there making sales. Zero question. Absolutely. But
Ray have a push-up bra on, like
I may be wearing one right now just because no. So, but one of the things I told Alex when she started with this is like, that's not how we do things. Like, that's not, you dress the way you want to dress, you have fun, you do your thing. I would love to see you in guy liner and apply if needed. No, here's the reason I would never wear eyeliner or guy liner, if that's a thing. I guess that's a Johnny Depp thing. So I would never do it because I'm creepy. Like, I'm freaked out with anything with my eyeballs. And so the idea of like a pencil, same reason I won't get LASIK. I'm the
worse,
biggest
by the
chicken
way.
shit. Is it really?
Mascara
Yeah.
is like attacking your own eyeballs. It's terrible.
Yeah, no, hard pass.
And the worst is when you have to get makeup done for like a wedding or something, and someone else is doing it to you. So someone else is coming at you with like a brush into your eye, and you're like, and then of course
Yeah,
you get
nah.
in your eye because you're blinking. It's terrible.
I'll do pretty much anything else. I've worn like foundation and like cover up for like camera work, like on TV and stuff. I've done.
It's funny because like I understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I'm not talking about makeup. It's just so we're clear.
Are you sure,
somebody
Danny? I
else
feel like you've
dating
worn
me-
makeup a couple
Yeah.
times.
Not all the time.
Have you?
Getting it on over the beard's got to be something else.
Yeah, no, but like somebody shave, I can't do that. I can't do that. That's
Oh yeah, somebody else shaving you. Like, here, let me just
Yeah.
hold a razor to your
No.
neck. That just goes against the grain of like survival instinct, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, although getting a shave is probably one of the most glorious feelings you could have. Like, if you get a proper old school shave from like somebody that's probably in the ballpark of 200 years old, that's the best shave you could have in your life. It is a glorious experience. They're having this whole conversation. Like,
Let's just go.
Oh,
the
look at
chat, like,
AJ.
forget this show. The chat is just doing it. What's up, super cousins? So AJ is Danny's older brother. So yeah. Oh, see, now I'm a super cousin, Danny. Yay. So anyway,
Wait, now you're a
so
super
Megan,
cousin
let's
right now?
learn about you a
Damn,
little
you
bit.
take everything.
Here we go.
So
drink
you're a
first?
huge. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Before we get lost in the sauce, absolutely. Yes. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. So Alex sees me today and she has like a full face of makeup. And she's, because we were recording videos and shit. Because, we're stupid and I get on TikTok. So, of course, we're doing like we're OAT. We do that. We're doing that whole trend. So Alex put on a whole face of makeup today. Yeah, I'm not doing that, bro. I could not sit in a chair for the amount of time you guys take to do makeup. Forget like the professional shit.
You know what?
And I say you guys as like people that do makeup, like,
It's no secret, right, that I'm autistic. It's out there. And so like, I get really obsessed with crunching numbers, like KPIs on my personal life.
Yeah.
And one time I got like, this was probably, I don't know, 8 years ago, I got really obsessed with time and where repetitive tasks stack up in your life. And so like I did the numbers for doing my makeup, my skincare routine, shaving, and the answer was like, fuck this. There's no way I want to spend whole years of my life meeting what is essentially like a cultural standard for beauty. Like, I'm already married. My husband's going to stick with me no matter what I look like.
My wife said that to me today.
And as this fades, whatever. I don't give a shit.
Can you believe my wife said that to me today? We were talking about something and she's like, yeah, you're handsome. I have to say that because somebody else made a compliment.
I have to say that.
And she goes, I have to say that. I'm like, bro, you thought I was handsome. If not, you wouldn't have dated me. Like, we wouldn't have had a second date, right? Like, she's like, yeah, but then we got married. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
that's definitely not true for everybody. I know so many couples that would absolutely implode if they stopped going to the gym, if like because that's just like the standard in their relationship, which is fine. But for me, that's not like, obviously my husband was attracted to me and that's why he asked me out.
Well, hopefully still is, right?
We did, and he is still, but at this point, we're attracted to much more than the exterior body.
Absolutely.
In our relationship.
Oh,
it's
100%.
about all the things that we've supported each other through, and like, to some extent, it's sunk cost theory. You know, like, I don't want to do all this for you person.
Hold on. I love that perspective. I'm already in it. Been married 12 years. Fuck it. Like,
yeah, we've been together
like,
for
the thought of dating again. Like, I don't want to do this again. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, and dating has changed since. So I have never had to do online dating, and now that's the standard. And like, I met my husband, we were both working at Radio Shack. My boss made me hire him. My boss made me hire him. I thought he was an idiot. Turns out he was just stoned. And turns out like that's something we vibe on. And literally our first date was, he came into work, he wasn't working, he just stopped by and he was like, hey, anybody want to smoke after work? And I was like, I volunteer as tribute. and he came over and I was in booty shorts that said Mosh on the back. For the pop punk fans in the crowd, you may remember these shorts. And
Danny has the same pair that says Juicy. Yeah.
A Skyrim shirt. Like, and then Fallout New Vegas was on my TV.
Whoa.
And I was like stuck in a mountain. I was like, hey, I got stuck Bethesda crawling. If you want to like help. And I'm gonna go take a shower. And it was over for him. He was like, whoa, hold on. You smoke weed. You love Fallout. And you look like that, we're getting married. And that was it. Because like, I used to be a stone cold stunner. Not that I think I'm unattractive now, but like, we're more.
No, you're a very attractive person. Yeah.
You know, like,
that's nice.
Hey, she's married, bro. Damn.
Hey, bro, you can give compliments to people. It's not like I'm like, yo, baby, how you doing? Like,
no, we can acknowledge give compliments each other's,
to people.
Like human characteristics. We know when somebody's attractive or when they're not.
There's not a human being on the planet that hasn't looked at Ryan Reynolds and been like, damn. Like, that's just everybody. That's universal.
Have you heard his story about like how he got rejected by some girl in like middle school? It's hilarious.
Oh no, but that's got to be awesome. Could you imagine being the chick that rejected Ryan Reynolds?
He got his backpack stuck in a bus trying to hit on her. So like, admittedly, he was awkward AF back then. But, like,
he's awkward now.
And he's like, the idiot with the Ninja Turtles backpack that was stuck in the bus was Ryan Reynolds. Like, wow, I missed out on that.
Wow.
Yeah. Alex shares some of her dating adventures with me. And
she did with me too. Alex, what are we? Are we like your therapy? Like,
I can't believe Alex isn't taken. This is a tragedy to me.
Well, no, Alex is a phenomenal woman. Here's the problem. So here's the issue.
Alex, I'm sorry, we're going to diagnose you now.
No, we're going to dive into Alex's dating life now. So here's the thing. Alex, I hold her in very high esteem, right? And Alex is a strong, opinionated woman. Danny knows very well. we come from a family of very strong, opinionated women. And so I get it. My sister, like,
It's a bonus.
I don't think Patty watches this. AJ, shut up. But my sister Patty, she's a hard pill to swallow. Like, you can't be a pushover and be with my sister. Like, that's never going to happen. And my older sister Maddie, before she passed, same shit. Like, so I get it. Tech bar is my therapy session for Alex. Yeah. So my wife and I actually met on. I'm old. It wasn't Match.com. It was Chemistry.com. We met there, and now that doesn't exist anymore, I think. But yeah, I would not date today. That sounds
at this
misery.
point, I've niched down so much that I wouldn't have to date. I'd just get an immediate proposal if my husband and I split, because I'm so like niched into corners of the world where there aren't very many women. It's like living in Alaska.
That's true. That's true. Oh, so you're the one of the two women in the like Inuit village.
Yes, that is exactly what's happening to me.
Yeah.
Like all my interests, except like I don't do sports. So guys sometimes are like, "Oh, you don't sports ball?" I golf. Like that's kind
But
of
half the tech world also doesn't sports ball. So
I'm into video games and technology. Dudes love that.
So in the land of the blind, you're like the one-eyed king, is what you're saying.
And I definitely have strong opinions, and I'm not afraid to share them. And I'm a tough pill to swallow. And like, admittedly, I met my husband, and I was like, I'm a bitch, and I'm crazy. You want to do this? And he was like, I do.
And then he said, I do.
That's why you gotta do it, though. People ask all the time, because I had like a bad dating life before I met my husband, and they're like, "What's this? Like, what's the secret? How do you do this?" And I'm like, just be like really blatantly transparent and honest from the very beginning about both your strengths and your weaknesses and what you want from life. And if they're not interested, just be like, "That's great, thank you, goodbye." Instead of, because what we do is like, we think the pool is small, and so we settle, and we're like, I found someone who's willing to tolerate me. But you shouldn't find someone who's willing to tolerate you. You should find someone who's like just super passionate about how great you are. And the only way you can do that is by just being like, this is me, take it or leave it. And I think especially as women, we are coached from such a young age to like conform to what men want. There's literally like, if you pick up, and it's not as bad now as it was like when I was in my 20s and teens, like you pick up like a Vogue magazine, and that shit is just all about what men want from you, like how to please a man, how to get a man, how to make a man like you. And I'm like, why would I want to become this box just to be liked?
Yeah,
I get
but that's
that.
what you're being trained to do.
So, Danny, do you have any opinions here?
I don't know. Do men's magazines have that? Are they like, this is how you make women like
I don't read magazines. Like, I know what you're talking about. Like, these 3 tricks will make sure that your husband stays with you. Like, ow. Like, all I can say is like, I just imagine Megan going home afterward and be like, look, you're lucky you have me, because I could get proposals like that. Like,
he knows. He doesn't, and it's good.
He knows.
I think it's just tough to date now. It's just too many craziness, like especially online dating. You listen, with AI, you know how many people are going to get catfished? I mean, I feel like it's going to be like an absurd amount of people getting catfished come this year. It's going to be ridiculous. Everybody's going to be.
You think there's going to be a lot of AI? Okay.
The Notre Dame.
Do you really think that the number of people that don't know how to plug in their TV to their PS5, and you think they're going to figure out AI and like voice manipulation?
But that's the point. AI is going to figure that out for them to do the other AI.
AI is already doing it on the other end of the spectrum. Like that's what Ashton Kutcher's whole charity is about, is like trapping people, and he does it with AI. So if it can be used, that's for like very, very good reasons. Like he traps bad guys on the internet by pretending to be something that they might want. And that's his whole thing is about that. So I'm sure that it could be used on the other side. It just always takes a while for things to hit the consumer side.
It trickles down.
They'll get dumbed down though, right? Like what we are seeing today, which is something that still needs like you to do input and figure it out. It's going to be you're already seeing it. Like how many companies have taken ChatGPT and then like added extra programming on top to make it work for a specific use case? Like I'm sure that's going to come.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
to dating.
people. Are freaking-
I Alex is calling us out for being off the rails.
We got a drink.
Well, you did bring up
Gotta
several
drink.
things. You mentioned something about Radio Shack and meeting someone there.
I
She said
did.
she married her husband.
Divulge, if
Yeah.
you know.
My boss told me not to hire him and everything. I used to be like the Radio Shack girl. Guys would come in just to be like, there was like a thing in our local community where they'd come in to try to trick me. To
They'd
ask
come
me
in to try
questions
to
I wouldn't know
trick
the
you to
answers to.
Okay.
You know,
You know they do that to Alex all the fucking time.
Oh,
They do
I
that to
bet.
my daughter too, which is hilarious.
Because
They
your
do
daughter
that to
knows more than
Marissa.
like anybody else in the company. So like, she gonna put you in your place.
So it's fucking great. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah,
freaking
I was
awesome.
the
Listen
manager
to
of the Radio Shack, but people didn't know that, so they'd come in and they think I was just like some dumb bimbo who'd been given a job, and then they'd ask me about like capacitors and what they needed, and I'd take them to the drawer and be like, "This is what you need based on what you just told me," and then they'd be like, "Can I speak to the manager?" And I'd be like, "I'm here."
I realized I forgot something, Danny. This is your fault, Danny. Now you have producer credits. You need to. So Simon records. Simon records an intro every time, and I kind of forgot to play it. So we're gonna play Simon's intro.
Hey, this is definitely not the tech bar. Where am I? And why is there whips on the wall? It's getting late. I'm not sure why they put me in this room, but Megan Killion is at the tech bar tonight, and we got some stuff to ask her. Yeah, let me go find it. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for is finally here. The Tech Bar, featuring Super Cousin Danny, featuring Powerhouse Ray, and this week we brought Megan Killion of MKC Agency. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, grab your drinks, and let's get right into the show.
Like on the drive down, I knew I'd need them.
I love it. Like you just hear Ashley.
Oops. So that was the intro that was supposed to happen this the beginning of the night.
Good,
This is not even unusual for us at this point. Like,
it wasn't wasted at all.
It's fine.
Danny,
It's an after-hours event. We've all been drinking. No one expects better of us.
exactly. I mean, you know, all I'm gonna say is namaste, guys. I can't even segue that in because I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just.
I need some water.
Yeah, I have mine with me. Like I have. I'm completely on like senioritis. Like I am so fucking checked out.
You're done. Hashtag
I'm
over
done.
it.
Oh, I'm so over it.
Looks like I got lost.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be that kind of night, huh?
Oh, speaking of my
Thank you,
husband,
Nikki.
my Radio Shack and us both being nerds. I don't know if everybody's seen this sick tattoo. I went to Walgreens earlier to get a bottle opener because that's how often I drink. And the woman came up to me and she's like, "Oh my God, I know your husband." Because he has the opposite tattoo.
Nice.
And so, like, you know, hashtag legendary.
That's pretty badass.
It's
So,
my coolest tattoo for sure.
so let me ask you a question. Do you have any idea why Simon picked whips and chains for his background?
I mean, I'm hoping it's not because he knows about my personal life.
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Because
Like,
Simon
am I
does
being
background
outed
research.
on this
Listen, we're outing everybody. Nikki, you, Alex, we're outing everybody. No, it's like, so Simon does research on people.
Maybe he's perceptive because I wear my collar all of the time.
We're gonna need to
I'm
like.
looking at the notes here.
Like now we have to unpack that.
I'm looking at my notes for like the more you know.
Maybe
Fun
I don't know.
facts.
Possibly.
Fun facts about Megan Killion.
Or maybe Gilmore Girls. It could be that. I don't know.
It's very popular now, you know. There's songs about it and everything.
All right, so let's talk. I have to ask you this very serious, very important question, and there's no wrong answer. Yes, there is. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh, y'all know it's Star Wars. I have a fucking tattoo.
Fuck yeah.
Right. That's Luke Skywalker. I noticed it when she was doing her 30-second pitch. That's a picture of Luke Skywalker.
Luke, yeah. And then Negan and David Tennant as the Doctor, which if any of you are into Doctor Who and have been watching the specials, like, fuck yeah, we can talk about that.
What's happened?
You see it, right?
Why am I full screen, guys? Where did
I have no idea what just happened.
I'm sorry, I have the power now that I'm a producer. So
Oh, do I need to
Like,
kick
she's getting
Danny
real
out?
passionate talking about Doctor
No,
Who.
no,
See
don't
what
do
it?
it. No.
Yeah.
I like this. You can't give me power and then take it away. It's just horrible. No, I was just trying to show the picture because I didn't notice it until you were like the screen was enlarged on your 30-second pitch. So
That.
Luke
I get
Skywalker.
what you're saying. I get what you're trying to do. Okay. So wait a minute. So, Danny, you're not a Who fan, right?
You know what's funny? I started watching it again, and
I did a
Here's my
article
where I
problem.
left
on
off.
LinkedIn
And I
about
left
it.
off. So just to give you an idea, Megan, I left off when Matt Smith left and Peter
Fair.
Capaldi came in, and I'm like, this guy's too
That's
weird.
fair.
But it's
No,
funny.
I
All the
completely
doctors,
understand
they're
like the argument of like Tennant versus Matt Smith. Here's the problem. I would give anything for another 2 seasons of Eccleston.
I
Like-
fucking loved Eccleston. That my husband's
Yeah,
favorite doctor is
One
Eccleston,
hit
and I
wonder,
love
that's
him.
it.
And he never comes
Yeah.
back for any of the specials or anything.
Well, he refused. He apparently there was bad blood. He said he wasn't going to come back. He refused. That's why they switched doctors the next season. Yeah, it was one of those things. Like, so I
Wait,
didn't
who was
watch
the-
like the OG Doctor Who, but I watched my daughter Marissa got me into. Keep forgetting you
Yeah.
met Marissa. Marissa got me into Who after season 9. I watched like by the time 11 was out, I started watching, and I'm rewatching now. But I just saw some clips of the not regeneration, bi-generation or whatever, where like it's 2 doctors. No, I haven't seen the episodes yet, but I saw the clips, and that's kind of badass. So
I love Doctor Who so much. It's one of my like top fandoms. And David Tennant is for sure my doctor.
Yep.
And these like flashback episodes, I mean not flashback, but like bring back. I did not like Donna as a companion the first time through. She grated on me for some reason, but I'm loving her.
Dr. Donna.
I'm loving the whole thing. My husband and the like timing because the Doctor Who Magic the Gathering cards are out.
Okay.
Like any evening, you can find me curled up in front of the fireplace with Magic the Gathering and Doctor Who on the big screen and just loving it. And they have Loader Magic the Gathering coming out right now too. And next up is Fallout Magic the Gathering. It's like I gave up Magic for a little bit, and they were like, "What kind of marketing will bring back Megan?" And they nailed it.
What'd you call it? This has gone so far off the rails. Like I'm looking at the agenda and we haven't gotten past 6:45 yet. Yeah. Look, if we're not going to follow that,
Iron Flame ends in a wicked bad cliffhanger, so prepare yourself. And the next book's not out till forever from now, at least 2024.
So I think Danny, you and I should get off and just leave Nikki and Megan on, and
We
Alex,
will not
let
talk
the girls
this time.
episode. No, no, make it like a girls episode, and we get the fuck out and like, no.
We need to bring Alex too. We'll just do an all chick one.
Alex, you're welcome to join. Let's go. I'll send you a link. No, I got to get back in. I got to get back into Who. My problem was when I was watching it live, it was always like you never knew when it was going to come on because obviously we're playing after the BBC, and then like the Christmas episode was like so freaking hard to find. Almost every year, I just noped out of it, and like now, I'll watch it after the fact where I can binge it and I get all the episodes. So, fucking
Yeah, I was trying
what
to
the
look
hell,
at-
Nikki?
I was trying to look for my exterminate ringtone, like when I get notifications, I get an exterminate when I get a text message or something.
I used to have that ringtone back when you used to like have Androids and install special ringtones, and now my phone has been on silent for the last 5 years.
Same. People get mad because they call me. They're like, "You own a phone company. You don't answer the phone." That's why. My phone is always on silent. If you need me, ping me on Discord or Slack.
It's all sales calls, and don't get me wrong, I love a cold caller, I love a sales hustler, but like the sheer volume of calls that I get in a given day is, and I'm sure you identify with this, Ray, right? Like I own 3 businesses, so all day, every day, bullshit I don't care about, and also bad targeting. Everyone thinks I'm an MSP because I go to MSP conferences. And like I'm a fractional CRO at MSPs, so they call me and they're like, "Since you own an MSP," and I'm like, "I don't own an MSP, and I cannot make the decision you're calling me about. Call somebody else." but I'm nice about it. And I always coach them so many times. Like if I do answer the phone as a cold caller, I like immediately go into sales trainer mode. And I'm like, so what about your opener could have been improved? And we end up on the phone for like an hour with me coaching them.
That's awesome. Like I have very different experiences. So I get the people that knock on my door at home and or knock on my office and they're like, oh, we can sell you phone service. And I'm like, you know how hard it is to explain to somebody that you're a phone company?
I am a phone company.
Well, how?
Oh, who do you resell? And I'm like, I'll take out my cell phone. And I'm like, look, it says OIT VoIP. That's my company. And they're like, oh, so AT&T? I'm like, yes, I'm with AT&T.
People really
I'm with
still
whatever
think
company you are.
The big three. Like
Yeah.
really, truly believe that it's just like AT&T, Verizon, T-Mo, and that's it.
That's it.
And I'm like,
That's it.
that's very not just it. A long time ago in another life, I worked at Ericsson on their UDN project, and I got a lot like behind the scenes of like what's going on in terms of the technology that's supporting all of this. And I was like, man, there are so many phone companies. People just have no idea.
And that's but these guys aren't taught, you know, they're not taught that. They're taught the competition is the other big three, and that's it.
Yep.
So
and so many
all
people have moved away from that like entirely now.
All right, so you're one of my people, Star Wars. Actually, I got
also just side
right here.
Side note, I want that shirt, so you should ship me one.
Oh, I got you. All hosts always get coupon codes for our thing, so Simon will be sending you like $100 gift code.
Yeah, this is look at this one. I
guys
don't know if you can see it very well, but this one says "I love you," and my husband says "I know."
I have those.
Oh,
Michelle
yeah,
got those for me.
I've been trying to get that for my wife. So when we go to Disney, you see that, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Mandalorian, so good. The new Disney Star Wars content is immaculate. Not the movies, the shows.
Yes.
I didn't
Because
hate the movies. I love the shows.
Actually do it. Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
That's the person.
Yeah, I mean, I think
but
with the movies, they were trying really hard to recreate a strong FMC female main character, for those that don't know, with Rey, and they ended up making a real Mary Sue, which for those who don't know, Mary Sue is a character that's written so that you can insert yourself on top of them because they don't have any real characteristics. They don't have any strong opinions or strengths and weaknesses. They just like
Kirsten Dunst and Spider-Man. Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of perfect, but it's like a perfect template for you to insert yourself on. And I didn't hate it, but there just wasn't the complexity and depth that I felt was present in some of the other Star Wars movies, which is okay because the shows have been just destroying. Anybody watch Ahsoka? Because like,
there's a difference between being able to create. Okay, so they had the same problem with Serenity, right? If you ever watch the Joss Whedon interviews on Serenity, yes.
Firefly.
And so I have a portrait that Marissa got me that it has the man they call Jane, and it has all the sheet music for it, and it has Jane behind it. And I do have a Jane Cobb hat, the one his mom sewed, and I have brown coat gear. And anyway, that's not the point. The point of the sorry for going off the rails. So the point is, Joss Whedon talks about when they finally got the go-ahead for Serenity, you know, with the crowdfunding and the blah blah and all that. And when they finally got it, he was struggling to write something that would appeal to the people that were already fans, and then also get new audiences, because there was like 5 years between Firefly and Serenity. And so he always said he didn't feel he hit that mark the way he needed to, but he also said it was impossible to hit the mark in a way that would appeal to both.
You can't please everybody. It's just like marketing.
Right. And so we're coming off fucking Attack of the Clones and Jar Jar Binks and shit, and it's been years. It's been 10 years? And then so we get 9, and we get 7, and I completely get you don't have the same time to build shit up. So 7, 8, 9, I don't fault them for not being fantastic. Solo was fantastic. Rogue One was fantastic. But they were given the authority to, or they were given the autonomy to just build their own new story.
They weren't retouching the same characters.
My biggest issue
Correct.
with that is that I understand it is that George Lucas had them written. He had no intentions, and then they did not take any of his script or anything.
He sold it to them. It's not his anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Now,
the
I will
reality
say-
of like being acquired, right? If I go sell my agency, then my voice counts this much instead of being
Yeah, no,
the end all
I
be all.
get it.
And
I
that's-
get it. I
but-
understand.
You do
I would
frequently
argue-
disappoint fans. It's tough though, because like if you look at like Loder, right, and The Hobbit and Tolkien's work, Tolkien's probably one of the most verbose, detailed writers of of history. And so there's not much room to fuck it up, right? He's like he basically wrote it like this is like a screenplay. Like this is exactly what's happening.
I don't
This is
know.
the
I mean,
background.
have you read the Silmarillion? His son fucked it up. So,
But that's
so
not
for those that don't
him.
know, Tolkien wrote half of it, never finished it. He passed before his son picked it up, wrote the rest of it. And I don't think it was half. I think it was like 25/75 or whatever. His son wrote the majority of the book. But that shit reads like Old English. That is a tough read.
I mean, Tolkien's a tough read to begin with, but he has such a specific style that either you love it or you hate it, right?
Oh, I'll read Tolkien over freaking Stephanie Meyer any day of the week. Like I read
Stephanie
Tolkien when I
Meyer's
was
the
10 or 12.
easiest, most terrible shit to read. I am in the Twilight fandom, but we all agree that we love it because it's bad.
Right. There's nobody that watches Twilight or 50 Shades and is like, this is amazing storytelling. This is awesome acting. No, it's not.
Listen, I love Twilight. Don't get mad out there. I love it. It's just, it's bad. Like, we know it's bad. And especially coming, like, from the vampire fandom. Like, I was a huge Anne Rice fan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. How do you compare Anne Rice? How do you compare Vincent Price? How do you compare them to fucking
Stephanie Meyer? She's a terrible writer.
Yeah.
Like,
this is the body of a killer. Glitter. Like, that's not.
50 Shades of Grey started as a Twilight fanfic.
Did it really?
Yes.
That's fucking hilarious.
You would be surprised the number of actual real novels you've read that have gained a lot of recognition that started as fan fictions. And that fanfic writers are often way better than what you're reading.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just because, like, it's so much easier to build a story when the world and the characters are already done for you. People don't underestimate how hard it is to create an original world, an original character.
Okay. But at the same time, I will say the best thing Disney did was taking Lucas out of LucasArts. He wrote an amazing story. Zero question. He wrote an amazing, he built an entire universe. He built an amazing universe. But he was getting a little too crazy with all the fucking digital effects and CGI. And that's why 1, 2, 3 sucked as they did.
Yeah, but that's not storytelling, though.
No, it is. It is because he wanted, remember, 1, 2, 3 was supposed to be the best time in the entire galaxy when everybody was rich and everybody was doing well for the most part. And that's when not the Empire, that's when the Alliance was big, whatever. Anyway, so he couldn't do what he wanted to do when the movies first came out. I'm talking 4, 5, 6. And I'll use the Cloud City, for example, right? When he's going through the Cloud City, when they did the THA remix in 2009, now they show all the outside as they're walking through the balconies and through the hallways. Like you see the rest of the world. He couldn't do that in 79 or 81 or whatever.
So over obsessed with special effects.
So he went over obsessed. So Disney reined that back in.
He came like
There's
Fast
not a lot
and
of special
Furious
effects.
Transformers.
Listen, are you going to tell me it's not realistic that you can fly your car to the space using a rocket? With the power of family? Come on, bro. Family.
It's all about family, bro.
No, I think honestly, Star Wars is really the ideal story for most people because what happened was Lucas created this incredible world and these incredible characters that we all care about for generations. And then essentially it got handed over to the fans. Like, yeah, Disney bought it, but if you go look at any of the behind the scenes stuff, the producing stuff,
oh yeah, it's all people that were fans.
These are the biggest fans of of Star Wars, recreating it and all the things that they wish had happened, being given control of entire show story arcs and being like, I wish, for me, right, when I watched Star Wars the first time, so much of it didn't make sense, especially the second, the beginning, but that's given to us in the middle. Anakin didn't make sense to me. And I hate that because, to be honest, I'm a villain whore. I love me a bad guy. And so the whole...
That's why I like Freddy, because Freddy actually won most of the time. I love it when the bad guy wins.
Yeah. And
Like,
so this whole transformation from like sweet little Anakin to Darth Vader, it felt really sudden. I was like, what the fuck? And then I went and I watched all the Clone Wars shows, and I was like,
yeah,
well, now it makes perfect sense because he's essentially been abused by the Jedi Order for like years and years
for
and
years.
years.
Yeah.
Told he's the chosen one. It'd be like if in Harry Potter, they were like, you're the chosen one and you have to destroy Voldemort, but we will not let you do it. We're going to treat you like a child. And that's what happened to Anakin, where he was like, I want to be a good guy, but you're making it impossible. And then obviously he falls in love with Padme, and there's this whole arc around that. But really it wasn't so much like in the movies, it feels like he falls in love with Padme and then love destroys him. And that's not what happened. What happened was like politics destroyed him, having to go before the council for every tiny little thing and be suffered fools for he was like, this was necessary. I didn't do something wrong. And then having his Padawan run away because of the very same things, and they had a very close bond. And then getting to see that like reiterated on, and those were all Disney things, by the way. And then coming back and seeing Ahsoka evolve, like for me, I was in tears the whole time seeing this
Like,
character
even
growth for a character that I felt was underserved before.
Yeah. Like even my
So I didn't
she wasn't a big Star Wars, but when Ahsoka came out, she's like, "Oh, look, Anakin!" Like she knew, and everything like in time. That's why I say specifically. I understand what you're saying, Ray. Take the Lucas out of LucasArts, pretty much. But Dave Filoni actually was brought in by George Lucas, but it's like he's the.
But Dave
this
Filoni was like
generation George
super
Lucas.
fan.
That
Dave
makes
Filoni
sense.
knew every inch of Star Wars lore.
Yeah,
You know what I
so-
mean? Like that's a different story.
Connecting
And,
it back
and all
in,
and all fan fiction too, all books that were written that were not even Lucas.
Right. But
all of our
and that's the
research
thing.
is always
Dave
done by
Filoni.
fans. Always.
Right, but Dave
So-
Filoni was not George Lucas, and I think
Mhm.
that's why he could be successful, because
Right.
he wasn't bogged down by his original like. But it's the sunk cost fallacy we're talking about with marriage, right? It's the same thing. George Lucas has this buildup of like this anticipation of what he was trying to do for decades. Of course, he's gonna fuck it up, right? We've all been there, where you get a little too excited and shit happens. Life's like that.
Yep.
It's just so now imagine going to George Lucas and be like, you have hundreds of millions of dollars to do whatever the hell you want to do. Yeah, you're gonna fuck it up.
It's
So
just like in
I'm
business,
completely
right? When you have like this 10-year plan, and then all of a sudden there's like some cash flow that just streams at you, whether you get funding or whatever, and that 10-year plan, you're like, oh, but I could do all of this. And you get distracted. That's what happened with Lucasfilms, I think.
Yeah.
But like fans make the best content. The reason that David Tennant is such a popular Doctor, same with Matt Smith, and even Peter Capaldi, who is a very well liked Doctor, even though like he's not my favorite, he's a little dry for me. They're
He's okay.
fans. They're super fans. David Tennant wrote a letter to like a British newspaper when he was a child, raving about how much he loved Doctor Who, and then he got to be the Doctor, and that's
see,
so of
and
course he
that's
played it
kind of
so
what I
hard.
love. I love that so many of the characters in Doctor Who have like played well, not so many. There's only like one or two, but that have played characters previously and then came back, right? So Capaldi was in the the Versailles episode.
I think it was the Pompeii.
Yeah,
I think it was
Pompeii.
Yeah, Pompeii with the volcano. And so like I love that. It's cool because Doctor Who never took itself seriously, right? It's never like it's like, yeah, Capaldi played this, and now he's here, and that's how life works, and fish and chips and
People come up with
or fish and custard. Yeah.
People come up with fan theories about it, and then sometimes those fan theories get dropped back in. I think they addressed it with Peter Capaldi about how like it was just a face that was imprinted in his brain, and when he became the Doctor. Doctor Who's amazing. The other one that I think of when I think of like a fan just making a show better is The Witcher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the actor that plays The Witcher, who for whatever reason I'm blanking on his name, even though I
Henry
should.
Cavill.
Yes.
Well, he's not, but they replaced him, right? Like
No,
there's
they
going to be a new
replaced
one
him.
for next
They
season.
replaced him because he was constantly telling them that they were deviating from the books and from the game, and he was like, "This isn't how it goes." And they got sick of dealing with him. But for me, like he will forever be The Witcher because he did it.
He was
He
perfect.
done
So,
it.
He was
I understood-
Perfect. He was perfect.
I understood he didn't sign up to do it again because of the not the MCU, the DCEU bullshit, where they were going to do another Superman, and so he couldn't do Witcher.
That's not what I heard, but I mean, who knows what's really happening?
So
What I heard is, what I heard was that he wasn't. He's like, I can't do Witcher. I got to focus being on Superman. So he leaves The Witcher. Then James Gunn comes in.
Yeah.
He's like, you're no longer Superman. So now he has neither. And now he's trying to do a Warcraft thing or something. I don't know what he's trying to do.
He's a huge Warcraft fan. It's one of those like.
Yeah, oh, that guy's a gamer. Man.
I met
he's a
Henry
nerd.
Cavill.
Yeah.
I was introduced to Henry Cavill as a character in Superman. And so I very wrongly, this is what it says about assumptions you make about people. I was like, oh, he's like a clean cut good boy, like whatever.
Yeah.
And then I didn't follow him or anything because that's not what I'm into.
Yeah.
And then I saw him in The Witcher and I was like, I'm gonna go watch some of his interviews. And I learned he's obsessed with World of Warcraft. That's all he does. He doesn't go out in Hollywood like at all. He's a gamer. There's so many stories of just like teenage boys being like, I got to play WoW with Henry Cavill because he's literally just like a huge fucking nerd. And he was obsessed with The Witcher long before it came out.
I love that. I fucking love that. And actually, I need to do this before we move on. James Gunn, stop fucking with DC Universe. Sorry, I had to get that out. Like, for fuck's sake, man. Like, just let Zack Snyder do his thing. I hated Batman versus Superman in the theaters. I fucking hated it. I was not a fan of fucking Affleck Batman. I was completely against it going into it. And Justice League was meh. When I saw the Snyder cuts, though, it fucking made sense. The whole storyline made sense. It's like, in the theatrical release, like Lex Luthor is supposed to hate Superman. Like, that's a thing. But there's no fucking reason why in the movie at all. And there's no reason he's fucking with Batman, like, at all. And then the Snyder cut, you're like, oh, okay, that's a whole thing. No, so I'm sorry. James Gunn, go fuck yourself.
We did Star Wars versus Star Trek. Marvel versus DC. I'm firmly a Marvel girl. I love DC villains, but their superheroes just like do not do it for me at all. Yes,
actually,
Iron Man.
I have a gauntlet behind me. I have masks behind me. Yeah, that's pretty fucking clear which side I go. Actually, I have
my husband's a huge Iron Man fan.
I have a Tony Stark.
I love like
Poopy as a heart.
They did such good casting.
Sure, Ray. Bring it close so she can see it.
Yeah. Let's see.
Is that the reactor?
Yeah. It's the reactor. It says
it's funny,
proof that Tony Hawk.
And I can't like take my laptop to show you but like outside of here is the nerd cave, which is all Lego, all like books, wall to wall fandom shit. But in here it's very limited.
So you have a drawing of Luke Skywalker, and yet this is not the nerd cave.
No, not at all. You have no idea compared to like what's in here. So my husband, for a while, back when I was VP of sales and I had like really steady multi-six-figure income, I was like, babe, don't go work in your toxic industry. Just hang out at home with the kids and do whatever is your passion. And my husband started like a buy, sell, trade Lego and Pokemon card business. And we still have a lot of the stock and a lot of things like put together and up on walls and stuff. Lots of Star Wars, lots of Harry Potter, lots of Super Mario. That's kind of nice.
I actually have a Super Mario cube. Right here.
Yeah, your kids are probably like too old for it, Ray. But they have Super Mario Legos that like is a game where you like scan it and then you play.
Oh wow!
It's really fucking.
Oh no,
cool.
my 10-year-old loves that shit. Like we do some of the dumbest shit together. It's awesome.
It's great. Having kids gives you permission to just be a kid again.
Gary, no. I'm sorry. Iron Man over Batman any day of the fucking week. Superman's awesome. Thor would whip his ass.
Heroes like they're villains for sure. Joker, incredible villain.
I think I have the better villain. I think DC does have the better villain. Like
DC does have better villains.
Oh my god, Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn, like.
Okay, but you're not talking like Alicia Silverstone, Poison Ivy, right?
No. Also, the adaptation to screen has always been shitty for DC. Like they're just not good at it. Marvel, I feel like didn't take as many stabs at it early on. Like we had some Spider-Man movies, we had some Hulk movies, But when they decided they were going to go all in on the MCU, they were so particular with their casting. Like,
But they didn't though. Like, remember, Robert Downey Jr. was a hire because comic book stories did horribly in the 90s and 2000s. So when they did Iron Man, they're like, this guy's had some drug problems and we can get him for cheap, but we don't know if this is really going to work out. And
but
so they brought on Robert Downey Jr. Oh
like,
no, he's Iron
Man.
He's absolutely fucking Iron Man. Like I don't even think they wrote any story for him. I just think they followed his life. Like he is Iron Man.
The only thing they could have done better was wait a little bit and hire Elon Musk, you know, like
right. Yeah, exactly.
Like, actually, he did a cameo in the second Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
And like Captain America, you look at him and you're like, that's Captain America.
I love that Chris Evans, because the Losers. Fuck, he's awesome in Losers. And I love that like they had to beg him to join
the Chris's,
join the movies, the MCU. Yeah, well, all the Chris's, right? But like they had to beg Chris Evans to join because after Fantastic Four, they had fucked him so hard on his contract, and the movies, the second one obviously did so bad. But like he was like, I'm not doing any superhero movies ever again. And they're like, you got to do this. You got to do this.
Superhero movies haven't performed in the past.
No.
Like it was. I mean, Green
Marvel
Lantern
opened that up.
Like Ryan Reynolds is such a good actor and he's had such a great career, but like Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, Green Lantern's a little rough. It's a little rough. Yeah.
The plus side is
you know what's funny? That I didn't know. Okay, do you guys remember watching it at all? Like, I don't know how much you remember of Green Lantern. Like, how much of it do you actually remember?
I remember a little bit. I was like actually kind of into the Lantern.
You know his friend? Remember he goes, oh, check this out, and he does this. You know who his friend was? Like, what actor / director? It was Taika Waititi, whatever.
Oh, nice.
I was really extra bummed because I'm not generally into DC, but I actually like the Lantern comics, like Blue Lantern, the whole universe that exists around it.
Based on the
and so when Green Lantern flopped, I was like, fuck, that means they're not going to make any more of these movies. And like, I was really hoping we were going to get the expansive universe like we have with the MCU. We're at kind of a weird place.
Yeah,
with the MCU, where I'm not sure.
Director's cut.
I'm not sure how I feel. I don't know about you guys, but like Quantumania, the Ant-Man movie, was like potentially the worst Marvel movie I've ever seen.
I mean, in a world with Iron Man 3 for Quantumania still to be the worst. Now, my wife and I fight on this all the time. I'm not a fan of Ant-Man. Any of them.
No, I'm not either.
Yeah.
It's tough too when you've read the comics and then you see it adapted for screen. Like Ant-Man was an abusive piece of shit in the comics, and so then like seeing it adapted for the screen, and they're not like Ant-Man isn't really Ant-Man. Like it's tough to get into to begin with, and then I don't know. I'm not about it. I'm not attached to any of the characters, which is too bad because the actress that plays Wasp was in Lost.
Yeah. Evangeline Lilly.
And I was a huge fan of her in that show, and I think she's a very good actress. And I think Paul Rudd is an incredible actor.
Yeah,
he's funny. I love him. Actually, that was my wife and I's first date. We went to see I Love You Man.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just it doesn't convert. I don't like it.
Hold on. I need to type in some numbers real quick. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. Yeah.
I had a shirt with that on the back.
Did you? I'm not. I enjoyed Lost for the first 2 seasons.
Those numbers have won twice, by the way. No, you said it.
I'm sorry?
Those numbers have won like Mega Millions twice.
Damn, that's crazy. So yeah,
Lost.
Numbers though. But have you heard when it has won, it's like the payout's like $100 because like 10,000.
Everybody played it, yeah. But wouldn't you be paranoid if you won with those numbers? Be like, oh, I'm not even going to collect that money. Poor Hugo.
I mean, especially if you had to fly to go watch it. Like, okay, so Danny, okay, help me out, Megan. Lost, the show, was very good. Lost, the season or the series finale, sucked big fat donkey balls. Danny thinks it's one of the best endings of all time.
Strike. It was the writer's strike at the time, right?
Right.
So all the original writers.
Like 2 seasons earlier. It's when the writer's strike is when like after Charlie died, like in the finale.
So up until then,
spoiler alert.
up until then, there's a very clear. You can tell you're moving towards something, right?
Right.
You're like
Absolutely.
I'm in this. There's some mystery. I don't quite, and I had so many theories, and then the series finale comes, and there's like 1 or 2 seasons where the writers are striking, and so like it's being filled in by these like BC writers who just have no idea what they're like.
Yeah,
what
that was
supposed to be.
the shortest season, which was only like 12 episodes or something. And I believe it's a season when the helicopter comes, like the people first come to the island and all that stuff. I liked it because I understood the story. A lot of people didn't understand it because they thought that they were dead the whole time.
It was the ending they said it was on the first season. Like from the
understood
very first
it.
season, people were saying they were
That's the
dead.
point.
From the
That's the
very
point.
first season.
It wasn't.
You know
The
my
whole
problem?
thing
This
everything
is
we saw
an
happened.
M. Night Shyamalan Lady in the Water bullshit movie.
Listen, and they even made it like Jack's father tells them everything, like to make it clear to the audience and nobody listens, but they tell them everything that happened to you happened. Everyone here is dead. Yes, some before you, some long after you, but everybody was brought to that place at the same time.
Yeah, it's a time.
I think what's
continuum or whatever, but
like is the last season, like they did the flashbacks, the flash forwards, whatever. I think what people thought automatically that they were dead the whole time because
this
they
was
kept going
a
back
CBS show, and the average watcher had no fucking idea what was going on and was very confused. And you have to know your audience. Like, sure, some big nerds, like I got it, but I also was like, this isn't what you were leading up to. There was some disjointed.
This is the same network as NCIS. It's a very different audience.
Yeah,
like
it's very general, like. It's
and I watch
general.
NCIS. Don't get me wrong. Like, yes, you're 100% right. Like, if this would have been on Sci-Fi or a different network, it would have been a completely different show. Probably
it also would have been underproduced, though. So.
Oh yeah. Are you saying Sharknado wasn't properly produced, ma'am? Are you saying?
The highest quality production out there.
Are you saying Mark Cuban can't be the president of the United States? Oh yeah.
I swear Ian Ziering would not be working if it was not for Sharknado. Now, have you ever seen Velocipaster?
I have not seen that one, but it sounds amazing by title alone.
It absolutely is amazing. So my wife found this, and she found it from some like TikTok or some bullshit. So she found this. Let me put it up on screen. She found this in. Why isn't it loading? I think I broke IMDb. I think everybody went to go look at Velocipaster right now. So this is Velocipaster. Let's see.
Wow, it looks amazing, Ray.
Isn't it? Okay, so it's a priest that gets bit by. Oh, she's a whore. She's a hooker, by the way. She may be a whore too, but she was definitely a hooker. So he got bit or scratched by something that came from China. I assume it's China because it looks like China, but also everything is so bad.
Travels to China.
Yes. So he becomes a velociraptor. Now
the hooker convinces him to fight crime and ninjas.
Yes. And so the ninjas are trying to get the power back or bring him back to China. And he's sad because he's a priest and he's killing people by eating them. And it's just fun. It's just amazing. This is quality cinema right here. If you had asked me before watching this,
we're gonna get flagged.
Sharknado was the worst movie, I would have said yes. We're gonna get fucking takedowns for Velociraptor. What you call it?
You know, it's funny that you guys mentioned it because I know you brought it up earlier as far as Serenity and Firefly. Like Serenity was my introduction. I never watched Firefly.
Did you go back and watch Firefly?
Serenity.
Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Please excuse business on the top, comfort on the bottom. Okay, don't judge me.
No, you're good. You're good.
You could come. Nobody's gonna see you. Nobody's gonna see you.
Yeah, Velocipaster is absolutely.
They're not gonna see you.
Is she delivering? Is she making deliveries for you?
An ice cube.
So I'm with you, Danny. I actually didn't see. So I didn't start watching Serenity until I want to say, I don't know, 4 or 5 years after it had already concluded.
No, actually, I watched
Ooh.
already when it came out.
I have
on,
that.
like-
I have that exact DVD set.
This one's signed by
and then I
Nathan
bought the
Fillion,
first one.
and I have a really fun story about it.
I do not have a. Okay, you win.
Alright. You go.
So, my husband and I go to MegaCon almost every year. It's here in Orlando. It's lovely. 2 years ago, we dressed as Borderlands characters. It was amazing. And day one, I went by myself, had a total meltdown. Not by myself, with my husband. Total meltdown, got lost in the crowd, bad time. And has anybody been to MegaCon? Do you know how big that conference
No,
is?
I haven't.
Is it in the actual what is it, the orange, the one that's the hugest?
The Orlando Conference Center, the convention center.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is huge. And
Yeah.
MegaCon takes up the whole thing, and it's the only convention I can think of that actually takes up the whole thing. Wall-to-wall people, everybody's touching you. So day two, I bring my service dog because day one I melted down and I was like, okay, I'm going to bring my service dog. I don't usually bring her with me in public places because I don't like to advertise that I'm fucked up, right? It's embarrassing.
You want
But I
them to
bring her
find
with
out,
me,
you know,
and that's
after
the day we're
knowing you.
doing signatures.
Oh.
So I'd already gone and gotten a signature from Spike from Buffy. And then I'm coming over to get my signature from Nathan Fillion, and he sees my dog. And Nathan Fillion is a huge dog guy. Like, he loves dogs. And he's like,
yeah,
please, can I touch her? And I'm like, I look
Aw.
around. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, Navi, make a friend. And she beelines for him. And not only does Nathan Fillion pat my dog, which, by the way, if you've ever done like signatures at conventions, it's a very strict no touching rule. Like, you are on this side of the table, they are on that side of the table. No pictures, no touching. And then the actor who plays Neville Longbottom in Harry Potter is just like, excuse me, table, pivots, and is petting my dog with Nathan Fillion. And I was just like, I'm going to die. Like, I've never really wanted to be my dog before. But I was like, I think I would prefer to be my dog.
I get it.
Ray, we
Completely
should do that. We
understand.
should go to one of those.
Yes,
We should go dress as a dog. We should dress as a dog, right?
Dress as a dog.
Listen,
I'll bring
Bella,
you as
man.
my service dog.
You
It'll
can
be
put
Yeah,
Bella
yeah.
in
Come
the
on,
back.
Captain Mal. I call the front. I am not getting behind you, Danny. No, be like, Captain Mal, can you pet me? No, yeah, why not? We could do the Dumb and Dumber thing, right? And the dog will just be the van. Yeah, no, we were talking about when we were first introduced to Firefly and Serenity. I started watching the show. I want to say I found it on Vudu. I don't know how I found it. I found it, and I was like, "Oh my god! Of course I'm in love." I've seen it like 6 times this year alone. And Serenity, I'm all about that life. And my wife bought me. I bought some of the books. My wife bought me some of the books, and I thought it was amazing. Wash went too soon. Just saying.
Truly, have you read the comics?
Some of them, yeah.
So, spoiler, cover your ears if you don't know. In the comics, Zoe has a child, and it's Wash.
I know, yeah.
And
I know,
it's so
yeah.
the comics are so good. That and then
So this takes place after Serenity.
mm-hmm.
Oh.
And I gotta say, like, Joss Whedon is just, I truly adore him. And every time he got attacked a year or two ago, maybe long. It's probably been longer than that. About strong female characters, like he doesn't write like that. There's no strong female characters in sci-fi, and like
Zoe
he's problematic.
and Inara
Sci-fi's problematic.
are
And I was like,
super.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
And
Here's
Zoe,
the thing. Josh Whedon
River.
focuses on all of life, right? Yes, he has very strong female characters, but he also has extremely traditionally attractive characters, right? He has, like, if you look at the characters in his shows, it is absolutely, he has the same set of characters in every one of his shows. Buffy, Angel, Firefly, it's the same. Even like when he did Star Trek, like the character makeups are the same fucking characters.
Well, in a world where most female characters in sci-fi are written like garbage,
Oh yeah,
Joss writes strong female characters. Yes, he's taking the same archetype and reusing it, which, by the way, all writers do. Go look at any writer, any director's like swath of their work, and you'll see the same reuse of templates. Disney is the biggest perpetrator. That's the wrong word. Perpetrator.
No, I get
of this.
Yeah.
But like Joss took time to write strong female characters before that was popular. And yeah, I get it. They're attractive, but like it's 2023 and who's casting ugly, strong female characters? Give me the name of someone who's doing that.
Well,
I can't do that. I can't say out loud who I would say because I would get canceled in a heartbeat. So
no. But what I would say is, Josh, it's like, okay, I know we're like, even the guys he casts aren't like ugly if you think about it.
No,
like,
no one's ugly in cinema. Okay,
beautiful people.
I watched an interview the other day where the actor who plays Kylo Ren, and I'm spacing on his name.
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. He's been in a bunch of other things. Yeah. Okay. Adam Driver was in an interview where he was asked, like, basically, do you think you would have been cast more and had a better career if you were attractive? And he was like, well, I've had a really incredible career, but I know that I'm built awkwardly or whatever. And I'm watching that and I'm like, Adam Driver is an attractive man. Maybe not. He's not Brad Pitt.
No, like, have you seen him shirtless? He's a very, very distinct body. He's like Benedict Cumberbatch. That's very distinct for certain reasons, not traditionally.
He was a Marine.
Yeah.
Before he got to cinema, he was a Marine.
Oh no, he's a badass. Adam Driver's a badass.
Like,
yeah.
So I watched that interview and I was like, he's not overweight. He doesn't have a single, like, he has a distinctive nose, but he doesn't have a single characteristic where you'd be like, oh God.
Yeah.
And he's being attacked for not being basically not being attractive enough for the big screen. So literally no one is casting those people. And when they are, they're like the Gilmore Girls, Melissa, who plays Suki. I'm blanking on her name.
McCarthy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy, right? She gets cast as the funny best friend.
Yeah, that's what I told my wife. It's like,
right? So show me like a strong female main character who's not sexy, because it's just the reality of the world that we live in. And no, it's not great, but it's that way in real life too. Like, if you're less attractive, people pay less attention to you. And
that's crazy. So an interviewer actually asked him, like, saying that he's
ugly. You can like Google it and be like, awkward Adam Driver interview unattractive, and it's very awkward.
They would only say that they would not say that to a female actress. They cannot.
Not
say that.
today.
That is so ridiculous.
But they used to.
It is. I don't understand it.
Maybe not today, but they used to. In fact, Jennifer Lawrence, when she first became an actress, had many of those very same interviews where they were like, you're not like stereotypically Hollywood. And with her, it was more about her demeanor than it was.
She's very pretty.
She is very pretty.
I think she's beautiful.
But her demeanor, she's like awkward. And so people would bring that up in interviews and she'd be like, yeah, I am. What do you want me to tell you? You know, like that. It's such an awkward question to be like, hey, so you're different than the people around you.
Yeah. Can you not be different? But isn't that what they do to comedians, right? They go to LA and they all talk about, like, producers meet them and they're like, oh, you're so hilarious. Can you do drama?
It's like the Dane Cook effect, right? Like,
yes. Yeah.
Dane Cook was the most and still, in my opinion, mediocrely, passively attractive.
Oh, he sucks.
Yeah. But just he took other people's jokes and made them famous because he was passably good looking. And I still don't find him attractive myself, but I think some of that's personality. And look, like the Matt Rife phenomenon.
I was just going to ask you about that. Oh, yeah. Do you think that's because of the chin, or you think that's because not the chin? You get what I'm saying? Like,
he's hilarious, and he has capitalized on the concept of like clips, like video clips on the internet.
Yeah. TikTok did it for him.
But he's hot. So, you know, like, how can you compare somebody like Matt Rife to like a Louis C.K. or a Bill Burr, or like it's just different.
I think the biggest thing.
I'll watch Bill Burr or Ron White any day. I will go to one of their shows. I originally wanted to see a Matt Rife show until I heard that like his actual stand-up was
pricing.
Well,
yeah, I'm not doing that shit.
What made him famous is his crowd work. He's very witty.
Yes.
it's not his stand up routine.
Well, yeah, he came from freaking that MTV show, the one where you make fun of each other.
Yep.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're. Oh my God, what was that show?
Fuck.
Damn it! I hate you, Ray.
Wild and Out. Yeah, he came from Wild and Out.
Yep,
So,
Wild and Out, which has launched quite a few
oh yeah,
more
yeah.
B stars. That Matt Rife is like A-list right now. And that's it's like a phenomenon. I mean, like I love Bert Kreischer, but he has like bought in to his. He's like, yeah, I'm fat. Let me take my shirt off. You know, he's embraced it. Plus, did you guys see the Machine movie?
No.
You should
I watched
see it.
half
You
of
should
it.
see it.
I
It's actually really fucking good. Like genuinely good, unique, an original story. It's his original story, and it stars Luke Skywalker. So,
oh wow.
10 out of 10. You should go see it. It's real. I mean, not go because now it's an at-home watch, but really
The
good.
Machine on Netflix. I did see that.
It's
right?
hilarious.
It
is
is
laugh out loud
hilarious.
funny, but you will probably also cry. It's so real and gritty and real. And like for anybody that has kids and has ever failed them in pursuit of trying not to fail them, like I think so many of us identify with like, I'm really trying to do the absolute best I can for my kids and be a good example. And like, I think there is so much pressure on men to simultaneously provide and then like with times changing to be this awakened, emotionally available partner and father. And it addresses all of those things and also like childhood trauma and how we deal with things as an adult. And it's hilarious the whole time while addressing real issues. I love him. Yes, I mean Mark Hamill.
Okay. Yeah.
Mark Hamill.
No,
But he is Luke Skywalker. He will never not be Luke Skywalker.
No,
Okay,
well,
it was-
okay, hold on. You
Gets to be
wouldn't
a
call him the
baby again.
Joker?
Huh?
You wouldn't call him the Joker?
Mark Hamill,
He is the
no.
Joker.
If I were to call somebody the Joker, it would be Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Or maybe
But second best, Mark Hamill.
yeah,
I
because
wouldn't
definitely
say that.
Joaquin Phoenix.
yeah,
fuck that
Joaquin.
shit.
He's my second. Yeah.
That
And
You like Joaquin Phoenix? I
I
couldn't
love
stand
Joaquin.
him.
I don't like him
You know what he
generally,
is? You
but
said
in
it
the
earlier.
Joker, he played that role so well.
I hated that
Well,
movie
Megan,
so
you said the
much.
same thing. Like Melissa McCartney is like typecasted. That's what you said, basically.
Yeah.
That's what Joaquin Phoenix is right now. He is a typecast.
No,
Yeah,
man,
he
he's done a
just
bunch.
played
He was in
proper character
freaking.
forever.
He was in freaking Signs, man. He's done a million things.
I know. Swing away.
Oh,
And
yeah.
also, I like Jared Leto. Stop fucking playing Joker. It's not you. Get the fuck out. Like revive Heath Ledger. Bring him back. Like that's the
I wish
epitome
we
of Joker.
could just like get back here. We weren't done
Yeah,
with
you
you
got
yet.
some movies.
Get over here.
Entertain me.
You cannot have the afterlife.
And
I
some of the
demand
stories
entertainment.
you
Damn
have
it.
to cast-
Well, just this
Talk
is like
about Heath
totally random, but
Ledger?
are they making more Mad Max movies? Furiosa? Is that's coming, right?
Yes, it is.
So excited.
I was not a Mad Max fan, honestly. Even with Charlize Theron, which I think she's amazing. Not a Mad Max fan. Just not my thing.
Oh man.
I lost the chat, so I'm getting back to chat. So if anybody's chatting, I apologize. I'm going back in.
Wow, this is an off the rails. I feel bad.
Ah,
for
now I
all
gotta
of us.
drink. What are you doing to me?
Yeah, it's
Ray, what do you think? Should we play at least one game or something?
We're supposed to play games. What kind of games are we gonna play? Is it Magic the Gathering?
Okay.
I'm really good at that.
okay.
Listen,
So
I
want
do have
Megan.
one question, only because it's bold.
You will
It's
appreciate
probably
that.
like
Hold on.
the
I
only-
want Megan to understand the full thing that's going on here. Hold on.
You gotta do this.
So
There you go.
we have. There you go. Stop, Danny. You just paid it in. So we have an actual we have a whole show rundown. Like we have legitimate things we have planned to do. We have not passed this section right here. Wait. No, we didn't even get to your broken wrist. Like,
I did ask. I tried to go in there about an hour ago with the Radio Shack thing.
All right, so
No,
you
we-
can see the tattoo, right?
uh-huh.
Like, and this is the to write love on her arms, to be continued tattoo, which means like my story's not over yet. Which it's funny because like I had it put here right before I broke my wrist, and then I had to have this surgery, right? And I don't know if you can.
Okay.
It's a pretty gnarly scar. I don't know if you can see it really well, but the
No.
placement of the tattoo and the scar make people think that I tried to slit my wrists. And
wow.
to be fair, I attempted suicide in my past, like a long time ago, and I struggle with my mental health all the time. But like this gnarly scar is not from that. It is from a biking accident where I took my e-bike. There's this place in Ocala that has like really cool mountain bike trails. My husband and I went, and there was this jump, and he can read my mind. We're like just so in sync. He was like, Megan, do not. And I heard do not and was immediately like, so do. And I tried to take this jump with my
As
e-bike.
one does.
Roughly 100 pounds. Completely fucked it up. Rolled the bike over myself. I have a scar here that's just like a bump. You can see like this side of my face gets more red than this side. It's from the same damage, same incident. Broke my wrist. I sit up, right? And I'm like, this is cool. It's fine. We're going to get back on the trail. And these two guys bike by and they're like, you know, you burnt out, Bill. You're just going to shake it off. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to shake it off. Like, I'm a tough bitch. And then my husband's helping me take off my jacket so we can see what's going on. And like, we get this side off, fine. Get this side off, pull it off. And my wrist is like, dum-dum-dum.
What?
Like,
Oh my God.
I don't think I'm getting back on my bike. Like my wrist is like, So
that's a end of the engagement kind of event. Yes.
Thankfully, we were like the trail we were on kind of like abuts a road, and so the ambulance could like pull up, and they got me on a stretcher, and we went to the Ocala hospital, which I'd never been in before. I live in Orlando. Ocala is like an hour and a half, 2 hours from me, and it's like horse country, and also simultaneously very poor area. So I go in, they're trying to help me, but then gunshot wounds just start flowing in, multiple gunshot wounds. So this lady comes in and she just pulls my wrist. She's like, set, go home. I screamed. They sent me home. I had to do like follow-ups in more local hospitals to me and then go see an orthopedic surgeon, and he said it, and then ultimately I had to have surgery on it, and now I have titanium wrist. Long story short, if your husband tells you you can't make a jump on your bike, you probably can't. And he's got your best interests at heart.
Okay. Good to know. All right. So Danny, what do you say? We do a promo. Let's do a commercial real quick, and then let's do books or bots.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Has this ever happened to you? A beautiful chicken nugget meal turned to tragedy. Here at Hidden Valley Insurance, we care about the things that matter the most in life. Chicken nuggets. That's why we're introducing Cluck Assure, the first of its kind term life insurance for your nuggies. That's right, you can finally eat your nuggets with peace of mind that in the worst case scenario, we've got you covered. Coverage includes nugget theft, accidents, nugget shortage, lack of sauce, or oversaucing. No matter what happens, we've got you covered so that you'll never be without nuggets again. And in case of a nugget shortage, we'll get you new alternative meats in 24 hours or less. To order your nugget insurance policy, call 1-833-MSP-NETWORK. Act now and we'll throw in our Safe Dip coverage at no extra cost. Operators are standing by.
Thanks, Hidden Valley. You're the best.
Okay, Simon's
Was that time
frustration
just so I could
at
go
no
here?
sauce.
That's a pleasant coincidence.
What was that?
Was that time so I could go pee, or was it a pleasant coincidence?
pleasant
That was
coincidence.
I was watching everything, and it was timed perfectly. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah. That Simon's face when getting no sauce in his bag. I've been there.
It is
Like
hilarious.
I felt that so much. All right. So we have a game called Books or Bots. And we will play a I'm sorry, Phil, if I forgot the bumper. We will play a you'll see here, and then you have to guess if this came from a smut book or Chat GPT. Okay. So the first one, there's a very fine line between pleasure and pain. There are two sides of the same coin, one not existing without the other. Megan, what you say?
It sounds like a smutty book.
It does, right? Danny?
Book, yeah, book.
I think I've read
Okay.
this book, to be honest.
Okay, so apparently there's a sleepover at Megan's house happening in the chat.
I'm gonna need to borrow your employees, Ray. So if you could just
I
get
see
them
that.
some, like paid time off.
I see that. I got Nikki telling me she's got to come from California because it's work related.
That's gotta be like some 50 Shades of Grey shit. It just seems like some E.L. James toxic crap.
There you go. On the
There you
money.
go. You called it.
All right. Their bodies entwined in a dance of desire, igniting a fire that could not be extinguished. Bum, 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 bum. I feel like this needs some music or something. Megan, are you going to go 2 for 2? What do you think here?
Okay, so it low-key sounds like it could be from A Song of Fire and Ice, but I feel like it's not close enough. So ChatGPT.
Danny?
This is absolutely bots, bro. Entwined. All hail our.
They
robot
use the word
overlords.
entwined in books, Danny. Not
know,
the
but
pop-ups
the way
you're
it's
normally used to, but yes, they do use twine. But you're right.
I'm going with ChatGPT. Yeah.
I should have said. I mean, I know entwined is used in books. It's how it's used in this specific sentence.
It's just a little
So
awkward. But it could have
I
been
would-
some B fiction. It could have been.
Danny, I would like to know how entwined is used in the books you read, sir. No, I'm kidding. I'm just fucking
So
with you.
we talked
Do
about
that
Lord of the
to
Rings,
you.
right? So we're gonna talk about the ents.
Bless you.
The ents were entwined. I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna go forward. All right. So,
moving
welcome to the
forward.
wonderful world of jealousy. He thought, for the price of admission, you get a splitting headache, a nearly irresistible urge to commit murder,
I know this one.
and inferiority complex. Yippee! That sounds like marriage.
She's
It's
gonna
J.R. Ward, baby.
It's what?
J.R. Ward. It's from Dark.
Oh, so you're like really into book talk. You're like hardcore into these
I'm
smutty
gonna
books.
go with her
It
answer.
will be hard for you to find smutty books that I have not read that are popular.
Okay.
Good luck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Damn, dude. Danny, you know what this reminds me of? When we play Florida Not Florida and you call out the counties and get them right.
Call
Yeah,
that
he's actually calling out the book.
That's
too. That's
hard.
Yes, he does that. He absolutely does that. All right. In the moonlight, there. Oh, wait, hold on. In the moonlight, their love was like a forbidden fantasy come to life. What do you say, Megan?
I'm saying ChatGPT.
Okay. Danny?
That is such a generic. I'm gonna go with the book. Some book has to have it. I'm going book.
Honestly, yeah. Oh, thanks, Alex. I appreciate it. Yeah. No, I did that once. Not at Audible. I used to do voiceovers once upon a time. Let me see here. Yeah, ChatGPT. Okay, but okay, Megan, obviously you're the authority here on smut books. Does that not sound like a line from a smut book though? That's pretty
That's
fucking
why
close.
I said book. It's so generic. It
So
had
it's
to be
too
something.
generic.
Oh, okay. Danny, I want to hear you say this in your sexiest voice.
He was the kind of guy that made a woman want to rip his shirt open and watch the buttons scatter along with her inhibitions.
What? You like got uncomfortable midway and were like, I can't do it.
I think those last words, man, they were like, whoa.
Megan, help us
Not
out. I
real.
feel like you could do this. Bring this to life, Megan.
Yeah.
He was the kind of guy that made a woman want to rip his shirt open and watch the buttons scatter along with her inhibitions.
See, that's how you're supposed to say it. Good job. That's how you're supposed to say it.
And I'm gonna
Honestly,
bet like $50 down that Sylvia Day.
Oh my god.
So the cucumber.
I don't know what novel it's from. I don't know, but
All
Sylvia
right.
Day.
If it's Sylvia Day, I will donate $50 to whatever charity you decide.
The Rural Tech Fund, obviously.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
obviously.
Where's Rel?
Whatchamacallit? Danny?
Show me the money.
Book.
That is insane. That is insane.
Wow.
Wow. You
Yeah,
have 100% accuracy and you called out every book.
Dude, I can even do 100%
Holy
accuracy with Florida.
shit.
Florida, not
Did I
Florida.
really say whatchamacallit again?
13. Whatchamacallit?
Oh my god. First of all,
Really
Nikki, if you
hammered.
want to go to Orlando, you got to stop fucking counting these things.
Whatchamacallit should have been the word of the day.
Actually, you can put that $50 towards the girls' night out fund.
I definitely owe Alex a thank you for more than a couple things. And yeah, we'll figure out a way to get the girls down so you guys can hang out.
We can totally
Lord knows we have
monetize
enough
it. We'll
conferences.
put our heads together.
Yeah. We'll host some event or something. We'll figure it out. Wow.
The
I
ladies
think
of the channel event. We can do it.
Oh yes.
We'll get
I
Jennifer
like
Gleam
that.
in here.
Oh yeah, she's another one. We love Jennifer. Nikki, Alex, and Megan sleepover. That'll buy one plane ticket.
Not even. It will not buy a plane ticket. It will buy like one bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Maybe a nice crystal.
Maybe.
One nice crystal.
All right. So
This is
we
a
have
fun
Florida,
game. I
not
could play that
Florida.
game all day long. I like games where I can win.
Yeah, I see that. I next time we go do this
I think
game, I'm on
Ray-
your team because this is some bullshit. Yeah.
Ray, I gotta say, this is probably the first time that we picked a game like that, relates to our guests, that they actually like killed it.
Yeah.
I'm like, so it's embarrassing how much smut I read. I do still read I do read like Strategic Coach and EOS books. And look.
Oh yeah, of course.
I just finished The Ultimate Client Experience by Jeff Ferris. I read that one right before IT Nation. Like, I swear to God, I read other stuff too. But it's like my one true crux in life is that I love like high fantasy romance novels.
Nothing. We all have disparate hobbies. I have probably 9 hobbies in front of me on my desk.
Yeah, like I can see your hobbies surrounding you.
Yeah, and that's not counting the DJ equipment there, the soldering equipment there, the 3D printer over here. There's plenty of shit.
Nikki and Alex will appreciate this sweatshirt that I have to consciously either not wear on calls or like shrink down when I wear on calls. I don't know if you can read it. Nope,
The hoodie's covering it. Yeah.
Hold
on. Let me get you full screen. Hold on.
If ever there was a sweatshirt that just encapsulated my entire personality, which I don't know, Simon deserves a raise. I don't know how he found like what level of intricate detail.
Let's not get crazy. You need to call him back. Cut it back with the raise talk. You need to stop that. All right. So
what did I say?
You said he deserves a raise. We need to stop that shit right now.
I understood the same thing, Megan. I understood the same.
Yeah, I thought he said you have to cut it back with the race talk, and I was like, "What did I do?"
The race talk.
Don't be talking about them races. No, sorry. I've been drinking. I don't know if you know that.
The to be read that's just gotten out of control. Oh yes, Nikki has a hoodie with Farah's tattoos on it from Akatar. I've actually thought about getting Resan's tattoos, his like bat wings on my knees, to show that I only kneel for something specific. You have to read Avatar, guys.
Yeah, I see that.
Which,
All right,
if
so
you're
I'll let
going
you
to
pick-
like dive into the pool, like Akatar it is all about the wingspan, Nikki. And Akatar is like the toe dip into the pool where like you realize whether or not you like this like high fantasy romance novels. And then there's a whole multiverse similar to like the MCU that exists around Sarah J. Maas's novels.
So what the hell's an Akatar?
A Court of Thorns and Roses is the first book in a series by Sarah J. Maas.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's like a Beauty and the Beast type of tale.
Alex, you know me well enough to know that that's not enough to make me blush. That's a high
Oh, we're gonna
bar.
have to try harder. Up my game.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me go get a book. I'll read aloud to you guys.
Yeah, nah. I
You know what's
I've lived a
worse?
good life.
I don't know if the girls are gonna stick with me through this, but I am a huge Hermione, which means Draco and Hermione fanfic.
What?
nut. Yep,
I didn't even know that was.
You
a
really
thing.
do like the bad guys, huh? Like he's
so much. So here's the thing, right? Hermione Granger, the brightest witch of her age, badass motherfucking Hermione who solves every
Yeah.
problem for these guys. She is super smart. Low-key, I think she's a little bit autistic. Amazing. The first character I ever read that I felt like this is a person that I genuinely relate with. Like, I think I could be her. She cries over Ron Weasley. Are you kidding me right now?
I
The like
know.
slightly
Yeah.
funny, awkward best friend of like her best friend, Harry Potter. Are you kidding me? That's really where we end things with Ron and Hermione. It always bothered me. And then I stumbled across Draco and Hermione fanfic, and I was like, all right, this actually makes more sense.
Okay, but Alex, Ron was a natural redhead, sir, ma'am.
I do love redheads. There's nothing wrong with gingers.
Alex is my redheaded child. She's
He did.
so-
He did well to pull Hermione. That was like, but
All right, I
it's
want
like
to.
trauma bonding. You know, like they went through a war together as literal children.
All right, I want to.
Yeah,
I want
so
to
I guess we have
address
be
this.
together now.
So I googled what happened in chapter 55 of Akomath, and it says Fair and Rise or whatever
Reese.
Reese profess their love and are sexually intimate. They debate having an official mating ritual presided over by a priestess. That sounds like a good time.
So
I mean-
Nikki, you really gotta read. You gotta read the Asriel and the Lame fanfic. Just trust me. Just trust me. Let's do it.
Reese says they have a meeting with the mortal queens of the family's estate in 3 days. Reese fears Faye will become pregnant during the coming war,
Mhm.
so Faye vows to take precautions. Oh, that's not.
The precautions do not work. Spoiler alert. The worst part is like you're spoiling all of Akatar for anybody who hasn't read it just by talking about
Okay.
Reese and Farah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Don't worry, it's super
So-
obvious from their first interaction.
Yes, I absolutely looked up chapter 55. I am totally like I will read anything. I absolutely I cut my teeth reading Stephen King when I was like 10. So there's nothing that is off the table for me.
I actually
Um,
read The Hobbit to my grandfather as he was dying when I was 9.
Aw.
Like I sat by
Wow.
his bedside in our back room of my house, late stage lung
Aw.
cancer, and just read him The Hobbit. And I've actually never finished it. So I've never gone back and read it because it's, it's an emotional. I've seen the book. I've seen the movies though.
Yeah.
But everyone,
I
like,
think-
when I tell people that, they're like, "You were reading The Hobbit at 9?" I'm like, "What? Like it's hard?"
That's when I read that. That's when I read the books.
Yeah.
I read them when I was like 8, 9, 10. It's like around there.
I honestly, when I was younger, enjoyed being challenged by novels more.
Yeah.
Whereas now I'm much more into like the escape. I'm like, just let me disassociate for a couple of hours, please.
Well, that's why I like Audible books now better than reading. It's a different experience for me.
It depends.
but,
Like,
like-
I like to fold laundry and listen to an audiobook.
The
Do you guys
Horus
ever,
Heresy
listen to the
for
audio
real.
books?
I've never heard of the Horus Heresy. Are you out romancing me right now, Red?
Oh shit!
I
Did you
got
out
good.
romance Megan?
Damn. So,
Oh
do you
yeah,
guys
the
ever-
Dark
okay,
Tower movie.
whatever
I wish they would have
case. I could
continued.
get into this.
Yeah, I love Dark Tower. I wish they would have continued the series. Like that would have been fucking great. I'll take that over Langoliers any fucking day.
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I was gonna say,
that's
do you
my
guys
thing. I
ever,
listen
like,
to
read the
audiobooks all the
book?
time.
I low-key hired a house cleaner one day a week, and it was mostly just around laundry because it's just a never-ending task.
Oh, I send out my laundry. I pay it's $1 a pound, and they return it the next day.
That's rad.
So,
yeah, we have a housekeeper. She does some other stuff too when she comes, but she does our laundry. And it's just, for me, it's like when the pile gets to a certain height, I'm just like, why don't we just close the door and forget that we even have clothes? We'll buy new ones.
It's fine. Like, you know what I mean? I work hard enough. I can go afford new clothes. I'm good. I'll just have the art department make another t-shirt. I'm good. Like, it's not. I love it at this point.
When I first did it, you know, my husband has a lot of like, he has a moral attachment to doing things yourself. And one of my friends, Angela, a couple years ago was like, Megan, there's actually no ethical ramification for like not doing it yourself and outsourcing it to someone else when it comes to your household crap. And it took a while. I had to let that settle with me for a bit before I was like, it's actually okay to outsource these things. It doesn't make me any less of a mom or a wife
I don't change my oil either. I can. I don't. I have better things to do with my time. Like, there's choice in how you spend your time. Bullshit.
Yep.
You can't say you're on this earth for a finite amount of time, do the most with it, and then say that time should be spent doing laundry. Like, those two things do not compute. All right, Megan, you're being called out. Mary Magdalene and the Sec Magic of Isis.
I was just typing back to her, and I was going to say I haven't, but I will read it if you'll talk about it with me. That is like my number one. Like, my next read is always something someone will talk to me about.
So let me ask this. We've done a tech bar with Alex and Danny when I have been out. I'm thinking an Alex, Nikki, Megan tech bar alone, just them three.
Yeah.
Oh,
would
yeah.
be kind of phenomenal.
Work. Absolutely.
Let it be. Yo, Raldo, what's up, dude?
Raldo, what's up?
Yo, Raldo, are you in Miami or are you still in Brazil? Whatchamacallit? Yeah, Nikki's down. Alex is down. Yeah, that's okay. It's a tech bar takeover. I'm completely good with that.
So I was going to ask.
I'll have Simon schedule you guys. See if we can do the first one of the year. What was that?
Yes.
So I was going to say,
closing out the year and starting the year.
Fuck yeah.
So do you guys ever do the split thing where
sad face Brazil, Ronaldo?
No, he lives in Brazil. He's trying to come to US. He's trying to move over.
Where are you in Brazil, Ronaldo?
Geraldo, you've told me a million times. I can't fucking remember.
Rio, Sao Paulo.
I think she's making I think Nikki is making these up. I'm not. I don't give a shit enough to go back and rewatch Tech Bar. I may actually have my my EA rewatch Tech Bar just to count the whatchamacallits. I'm calling it Curitiba or Curitiba. There you go.
Where's that?
No arguments.
Piranha? I'm probably saying it wrong.
Oh yeah. The meat.
The South though.
Yeah.
My whole admin team is in Rio, and like they've all, not all of them, but a whole bunch of them have risen up into our PM team. So, and they also have their sites on the US, and I keep trying to tell them it's not as great as they think it is.
It's not. But
not Florida, anyways. I'm like, listen, Florida's healthcare. Don't come here.
Yeah, I mean, I like Florida. Florida's okay, I guess.
Until you need healthcare, Ray, and then fly somewhere else.
Yeah, that's a whole different animal altogether.
Also, if you want to educate your children, not here in our public school system.
At the risk of going into politics, I'm going to go ahead and stem this. And so here's what we're going to do. Megan, we have time for one more game. It is 8:28. You got Guess That Plot, where the players are presented with a plot from a film explained poorly. Contestants have to guess which movie it is based on the plot explanation, or Florida, not Florida.
Okay, Florida, not Florida. I'm going to be bad at this, but let's do it.
All right. Here we go.
All right, this is my game now. I'll tell you what.
This is Danny's jam right here. This is Danny's smut book game.
That's
so just so you know. All right. Man arrested for quitting job in the middle of transporting prison inmates. You say Texas,
Florida,
Danny,
Texas.
you say?
That's not Florida.
Not Florida. It's Texas.
Let's see.
Oh,
Megan, I think we found your kryptonite.
it's in my backyard.
Yeah, you may know this person. You may have come across this person going to the grocery store or something.
But I don't remember.
He's
Mom
gonna be
is
like,
dead,
yeah, Megan,
dude.
the one with the cool tattoo with her husband. All right, yeah. Wait, man arrested after faking heart attacks to avoid paying bills at 20 restaurants.
That does
That's
sound
just-
like Florida.
It does sound like Florida. I might have friends that have done this. Danny?
Not Florida.
Okay, I see how you're not like saying counties or states anymore. Are you like intimidated by Megan's like mastery of smut books?
Well,
Well,
I
no, I
booked
had
up-
said not Florida in the first one, so I don't care what
Yeah.
county. So if it's
That's what I'm
Florida,
saying,
then I would
like,
tell you. I think
You
this is
said-
a not
okay,
Florida.
all right. Spain, España. I didn't know we were going
España.
international. Holy shit! He looks like he would duck out of a, but he also looks like he's having a heart attack right now. So poor guy.
He got too many
Um,
free tapas.
So actually, I do know the reason why we always hear about Florida Man.
It's
Florida
open
has
records.
it's open records. Florida has very liberal laws when it comes to open records. That's why you hear all the stories. Most other states have them sealed. So yeah, see, you learn something new every day. Why not? All right, man uses stapler. Was it a red stapler? In attempt to rob supermarket. Megan,
Was it a Publix?
That's what I was going to ask.
that's
I'm
not fair.
going
Hold on,
Florida.
Publix is outside of Florida
I'm
too.
going to Florida.
Publix is in Georgia and Alabama too. So
It's
Doesn't
Florida.
matter. It narrows
Oh.
it down. It's more
I'm
likely.
going
it
to
does
Florida.
narrow it down.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's
It's
my
not
backyard.
true.
Oh!
I think I remember this news story.
Okay, that dude was
Oh, I
going
wish
for
we
a
had
pub
a
sub,
blue
and it's
tray.
entirely
Oh,
justified.
it was a
I'm
public.
just-
It was
When
a
people
public.
cut you in line when you're trying to get your pub sub, like, that's the problem, man.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'd cut a bitch for trying to get my pub sub. I get it. All right, teen arrested for violently carjacking Uber driver after she wouldn't let him bring his Yorkie.
Not
Okay.
Florida.
That is not.
Yeah,
Florida.
Who
It
has
sounds
a
like some
Yorkie in
LA shit.
Florida? That's wrong.
wait, ma'am,
Oh, Ray.
ma'am.
Are you in Florida?
I will
Ray?
derail. I will take this whole fucking
He's
show
in
off the rails
Miami.
right now.
Are you
Okay.
in Florida though, Ray?
He's in Miami.
I'm in Miami.
Oh, are you? Okay. Sorry, my bad.
So that's Bella. That's my Yorkie right there. She comes to work with me every freaking day.
I think
And I named her
like
Bella
a
before the
New
fucking
England
Stephanie
pet.
Meyer movies.
New England pet. Not gonna lie.
I don't know about that. All right, DC. Wait a minute. You're saying New England pet and you know about Lily. Come on, dude. Dean's fucking dog. All right, this is DC. Tina, this had to be LA or DC or
You
something.
and I were
Yeah,
friends in middle school, okay?
I know.
That headline was a little bit more than what it gave away. Did you see the difference?
Intentionally
arrested for
Wait, hold on. Hold on. We just talked about
Carjacking Uber driver
intentionally
after
crashing
she wouldn't-
plane.
Wait. This is not. These two things are not the same. Simon, teen arrested for violence. Okay, no, it is. They're the same. Danny, what are you talking about?
Well, I don't know.
All right,
I've had too
YouTuber
much,
sentenced to prison
cucumber.
after intentionally crashing a plane.
Not
Was it for the
Florida.
movie Lost?
Not Florida. That sounds like some California ass shit.
Ma'am, I said Lost. You need a drink. I don't care
I'm
if it's water or
sorry.
Moscato. Thank you. All right, Danny, what do you say?
Yes,
This is the last one,
not
dude.
Florida. It was flight 816 for a.
No, but hold on, Danny. Does this sound like some California shit to you?
It does.
Like, who has a plane to intentionally crash other than Californians?
This is some motherfucker in Midwest America that does crop dusting.
It's a crop
This
dusting
is
guy.
watch. This is a crop duster. Holy shit!
California YouTuber.
I told you.
Holy shit! That's awesome.
California. No,
What in the
California.
Florida, California?
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. California is the Florida of the West Coast.
It's funny. I went to an oral surgeon today to get this terrible thing removed. I don't know if you can see it. And we were talking about, like, I used to work for companies out of California, 2 different ones. And he just moved, like, not just, but he moved here from California. And we were just shooting the shit, Cali versus Florida. And we were like, you know, there's a trade-off. And the things we mentioned were, you know, like cost of living, education, healthcare. But, like, the cost of living just doesn't make it up. You know, we were like, I was like, listen, I have a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom house in Florida. I do not struggle to make payments. And in California, I could maybe have a shack. Maybe.
Yeah, Florida's so much better. No state income tax. Now, but you realize you can go to like Nebraska and get like 5 times the size of the house that you have in Orlando.
Yeah, but I would live in Nebraska.
Right. That's my problem. So like So my daughter
I think it's a
Marissa
thing,
actually.
like, if you're in California, like all those people that used.
Wait. Why are you saying here in California when you're in Tampa?
No. When I said like all the people that were
Whatchamacallit?
leaving California to go to Florida, it's like it's so much cheaper for them. Like considering what they were paying before.
Oh yeah. For sure.
However,
they
it's
move
the
here and they
same.
buy up
In other
whole
words,
neighborhoods.
it would be the same concept for us, right? Like we grew up in South Florida, us going to Tennessee or
No, I get it.
Nebraska, or
But
something
like
that.
most Californians go to Texas because it's so much cheaper.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
they're
but
invading Austin right now. Like,
at the risk of getting political, California and Texas, two separate ends of the spectrum. Florida right in the middle. So people tend to move here from California. People tend to move here from Texas. Tons of people move here from New England. I don't know if it happened in like Miami and Tampa where you guys are as much as it did here. But during COVID, we got like 40, 50 students to a teacher level inundated by New Englanders coming to California, coming to Florida. And I was like, hey, we're full. No, Rome.
that is no. I grew up in private school, so a little different animal.
Oh, lucky Ray. My husband went to private school.
Ray, did you know that Ray and I graduated together?
Did you?
In the
We
same
did.
Catholic
Where'd you guys go?
Oh, I wish
Was
we
it
had that
Catholic
place.
school?
Huh?
Was it a Catholic school?
Yeah,
it was a Catholic school. Yes.
80% of private schools here have to be Catholic, right? Like it's got to be close to that, anyways.
Yeah.
I went to a Marianist high school, and then I eventually went for senior year. I went to a Catholic high school, and yeah.
My husband got expelled from 2 different Catholic schools.
I got expelled from one too.
I did
And so did
too.
my brother.
That's
That's
not very
awesome.
hard.
I did too, but it was in elementary, so it doesn't count.
I went to all public.
I think getting expelled from elementary is harder. I would argue. That's a bigger
there's a lot more
accomplishment.
tolerance.
Probably true.
I went
Yes.
to public school throughout. I went to a charter school for high school, but all in Massachusetts. And Mass, admittedly, has like there are a lot of things I didn't like about living there. The weather being one of them. But the school systems were like I got incredible free education. I went to a charter school that was like top 15 schools in the country,
Oh, wow.
including both private
Nice.
and public. So that's nice,
That's
but
pretty
not
dope.
worth shoveling snow for.
No, not at all. All right, so we are. I just realized I had this. Cool. All right, so we are above time. I am very happy to say that we didn't do a damn thing on our agenda, and we still had a blast. It went super fast.
We'll just have
Yeah,
to book
listen,
another one to finish the
We
agenda.
went down some serious rabbit holes. Star Wars.
Would you
Star
say we went
Wars.
off rails and we got lost?
Off the rails.
Guys, my poor husband. I'm gonna go upstairs. He's gonna be like, "What?"
I'm just saying this in advance for your husband. You're welcome. So
I'm gonna make him watch it.
yeah, you should. You should. He's not watching right now while you're on.
Well, I doubt it because our kids go to bed around 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Gio, my 10-year-old always asks me like when Tech Bar's coming on, and I always like do
I have
not
to
watch it.
pour more alcohol for you, Nikki.
Oh, okay. So you're saying namaste just so you can. All right, Megan, we're at the top. We definitely got to reschedule this so we can have a girls takeover. That sounds amazing. Plus, I'd get to be in the chat and talk shit. I
Ladies
love it.
Night Tech Bar. I like it.
Ladies Night Tech Bar. Abso-fucking-lutely. Megan, what do you got coming up? Do you have anything coming on? Are you speaking again? What are you doing?
My book is still on Amazon. It's no longer on
that's
sale,
right.
but I gotta say, I still think it's a steal at $13.99. MSP Sales Playbook. All my experience, and what I've heard is that it's really great because I take tidbits and then like my personal stories, and then I give you an actual framework for each stage of the sale. So if you don't want to read about my life, you can actually just read the playbook. So that's great. In terms of speaking engagements, we're kind of it's the MSP Sales Playbook, close but not quite.
Oh, sorry.
Go read Ed Nal Bandian's book. In terms of speaking engagements, I kind of just wrapped up the last thing for the year, which was Rejection Con, and we're making our schedule for 2024 to figure out where we're going, what we're doing. Interested in your feedback, Ray. Tell me where I should go and where I shouldn't go. My budget's smaller than yours.
I know, I get it. Thankfully, you're in Orlando, so like they're all
Love that
there.
for me.
But if you can make it to Ride a Boom in Vegas in February, phenomenal. And then obviously MSP GeekCon in May. I mean, you have to go. That's not.
I'll just come for OIT Void, Ray, and you pay my.
You
way
come
up
work our booth. Absolutely, yes, 100%. You're in. So go check out Megan's book. You know what, Megan? I'm gonna buy 3 copies, and you can pick who to give them away to later. Just DM me on Slack.
Hell yeah! Thank you, Ray.
But yeah, we're gonna send out 3 copies of Megan's book. March. What's March?
That's Ride a Boom.
Oh, yeah, that too. That too.
You got the wrong link in the chat there, so I will drop.
Did I really?
Link.
Good. I just copied it from Amazon.
I don't know where this managed services playbook came from, but it never used to rank, and now it's ranking. I don't like that.
And I googled MSP. I googled MSP sales playbook Megan Killion, and in the Google results, it said exactly that. And when I clicked on it, it went to Amazon. It went to
I've been like deprioritized during like Thanksgiving break. I was top 10 sales and marketing books. And then I think I dropped in the rankings. And now I'm just not as popular. We're going to get back up there. Don't you worry.
Oh, you'll get up there. So go buy Megan's book. She will sign your Kindle at any conference.
I will sign your Kindle at any conference. And connect with me on LinkedIn. That's the best place to just like keep up with me. I'm obnoxiously constantly posting on LinkedIn. And
when Simon updates the show notes tomorrow, he will have all your links there. So anybody can go back to the video tomorrow. Yeah.
I'll be places. I just haven't decided on the conference circuit this year yet.
Oh yeah. No, we'll drag you around to come work the OIT booth with us. That way you can go have some fun.
That'd be so
awesome. All right. Megan, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Yeah, exactly. Not to hang out with me. What the hell, dude?
And you, right? And you. But you're busy at conferences. Don't pretend like you're at the booth. You're off like drinking at the bar with Jason Slagle. Let's be honest.
That's absolutely true. Zero question. You're absolutely right.
Listen, all I want to know is, did Jason get lost in an abandoned like Publix?
Jason did not get lost at Yepum. That's what they call it, Yepum, not my word. In New Orleans, because I was out with him. I leave no man behind. Okay, I will not do that. Shane Dugan, I'm talking to you now. So we went out. Now the best part about that was we went out, we were drinking obviously fairly late, and God bless you, you're an angel among humans, Tara Rummer, for finding I forget the name of the chicken place. Sure, remind me. It was phenomenal at 3 a.m. Drunken New Orleans chicken at 3 a.m. was phenomenal. And so we had sessions the next day. We had work, we were there so it wasn't just like a conference. It was the CompTIA year-end planning meeting for all the executive council chairs and all that bullshit.
A serious one, Ray.
No, it was a serious meeting. It was absolutely not a conference. It was a working meeting. And so we get back, and Jason and I have the set at 9 a.m. and we had a presentation. Chris Laird, Jason Slagle, there were some people from the other global communities, whatever, and Lisa Persons at our table, and we had a presentation we were supposed to do. We had not done the presentation. We were supposed to record content for it the night before. We just forgot because we got drunk. So we were out. So I come in at 9 o'clock, 9:05, 9:08. I may have come in late. I come in, I sit down at the table. Jason looks at me, goes, "Oh, good, you're here," and he leaves. And he just walks out of the fucking room. And Chris Layer's staring at me like, "What are we doing?" And I go, "Don't worry about it." I fucking made up a Jeopardy game on the fly. Now, I absolutely leveraged Cez and my staff to do it, but I made a Jeopardy game on the fly, and within 2 hours, we were up. I had a 5-person presentation. It fucking killed. It was awesome. But TLDR, Jason did not get left behind. He did sleep. I did break him, though, because he slept until 3 o'clock when he had to leave. So I apologize.
I need to make up for IT Nation. I was sick, and I went to SeaWorld, but other than that, I did none of the after events, and it sucked.
Those big events are so much harder. So that's a different thing. At MSP GeekCon, Kelvin Tehelar and myself we booked the 5 Nines bar. So we are in charge of the party, which means we are making sure it's going to be fun.
Hell yeah. MSP Econ and MSP Ultimate Growth are tied for my favorite conferences because they're small. You actually get like one-on-one time with everybody. And I feel like they're the most actionable events. Like I left both those events with like so many notes where I was like, oh my God, I have to like write blog posts. I have to put together content for my clients. This is going to be amazing. And then like I went to Build It and IT Nation, and Build It was good. IT Nation ranked the lowest for me this year. Not to shit on that event. I was sick.
No.
For one. And then just like the sheer size and the number of sessions that are happening concurrently, I was like, how am I supposed to go to 6 different things at the same time? I can't be in 6 places at once.
It's a challenge. That's why we roll so deep for IT Nation Connect. Those massive conferences are so complicated. Like Dustin and I laugh about it because we go to these conferences together and we never get to hang out because we're always so fucking busy. And the bigger the conference, the busier you are.
And IT Nation, like I know for a fact that at least dozens of my like closest industry connections were there, and like I saw Dean, and because like I walked in and Dean was like Megan, and then he introduced me to people, and I didn't see anybody else I knew. Like I think I saw Alex too, and then like I didn't see anybody the whole time I was there, and I was like, this is whack. I know people are here. How am I missing everybody?
So the trick for finding me and my crew is you go to the hallways or the lobby after the bars have closed, and I've almost always bought like 6 or 10 pizzas. Because every vendor out there will buy liquor. Every single fucking one. Nobody buys food. So I have pizza places in Orlando that are my go-to spots for conferences, and I will buy food. And that's the way we roll.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all right. We do need. I'm sorry?
I need the pizza. Yeah.
You need the pizza. There you go. All right. So I think we're done. Don't forget, if you were going to join the Tech Degenerates call, it's right after this. Alex, that's true. She's typically not far from me because she's chasing me like, partners want this and partners want that, and she's chasing me down.
Like, hey, can we do this for this client? Can we do this for that client? I'm trying to sell shit, and I need you to provision the things I'm trying to sell.
That's exactly how it goes. Yes. It's like you channeled Alex. Yes.
I'm better.
All right. Super cousin Danny, what do you got going on? What are you doing for Christmas, New Year's? What are you doing, dude?
Christmas, gonna do a quick trip down for Christmas Eve, and then wife and I are gonna do a little mini staycation between Christmas and New Year's, and then maybe somewhere near you, Megan. I'm not gonna say where, but yeah, just in that area, and then then it's New Year's.
We've triangulated Tampa, Orlando, Miami.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Danny and I are going to be in Orlando
really
this weekend for
like
Disney.
we're like
going
this,
up just for a day.
And then he's all the way down here.
I haven't been to Miami, Ray. You'll just have to invite me.
Oh, come!
What?
You're
You gotta
invited.
go to
It's an
Miami?
open invitation. Come to Miami. You absolutely welcome to come to Miami. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for hanging out for the most ridiculous couple hours in the tech world. Oh, Caleb's there. Hey, what's up, Caleb? Noche Buena at my house. Yes, we're doing Noche Buena at your house. Absolutely. The champion, the real. Okay. Champion from MSP is mine, damn it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining this ridiculousness. We appreciate each and every one of you. This is our penultimate show for MSP Media Network for this year. Tomorrow, MSP Community Live and MSP Dispatch. MSP Dispatch pre-recorded, this doesn't count. But Community Live is the last episode. And then we're taking hiatus for 3 weeks until we come back. And keep an eye out for the Megan, Nikki, Alex Tech Bar coming up next year.
Ray.
Ladies' night.
I'm sorry?
Enjoy your time off, Ray. Actually, unplug.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I will. I have lots of fun projects to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care. See you next week, or see you.
This has been a broadcast of the MSP Media Network.